Okay, we should be live. Possibly. And to save some time, I actually did go through. I was doing some magic fight and stuff like that, so I figured I'd go ahead and I went and got the 8 World Stone level 2 waypoint off screen. I just walked my happy ass down there. I actually got another level. We're almost one more level. One more level and I can actually use the better insight that I've made. Hey, Bert, how's it going? By the way, hi, Emil. I saw you here earlier. But yeah, we're going to finish up the Sorceress, and then we're going to start in on the Druid. I'll have to transfer some things over for the Druid, but we should be fine. I'm just going to equip her in Magic Find stuff and then dump all the stuff into the shared stash just so I can put it on him. And yes, we've made an edge bow as well. An edge. Mainly because I'm a nerd and I like that. It takes dexterity. I shouldn't do that. I should do it in a short bow, but I like it. But anyway, let's go ahead. Go World Stone Keep level 2. We just got to finish off Bale and we're done. So, I don't plan to go after Neelithak with this character. If I'm going to farm Neelithak, it's going to be on a Necromancer or an Assassin, not on a Sorceress. So, what I want to do is I want to just take it easy, and this is the strategy I usually recommend for people who are new to the game as well. Just scout. For the love of God, scout. And deal with these guys as good as possible. Nope, there's some frozen ore for you. Now, as far as the boss mob, he should be just like right there in the middle of that. There you go. I don't think we had a boss Gloam, did we? No. But we do have pains in the ass. Oh god. Yep, Mercenary's gonna do that a lot. Because I don't have him bugged. Let's go ahead, get some mana potion. And I pressed the wrong fucking button. We're getting off to a good start. Apologies. So let's go ahead and kill these things off before we get Oh, we do actually have a boss mob one. Nice. So there was a boss mob in there, and I forgot to transfer over my full rejuves. I have a ton in my stash, for those of you that are curious. So, yay. I was basically hoarding them because I didn't want to use them all doing Magic Find. I'm a dork, I know. But let's go ahead. C3 socket. That's not worth it. We're going to take the Ort Rune, and we're going to go get our Mercenary back and actually get this set up properly. Okay. But yeah, my brain just wasn't fully there, so we'll get it going. I hadn't fully swapped over from that. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, and then dump those into the belt. So we actually have 2 full rows of 8. 2 full rows, 8 total. And now we can go resurrect the Mercenary and get this going properly. We can probably... Do I want to bother bugging him? I think I might... Question mark?
Yes, warrior.
Because I'm trying to think if there's anything I really need him to tank for. We might need him on the World Stone throne, if there's any of the Berserker guys, but yeah. These are actually just, if you go to the front page of this channel, you can go to the stream tab and these will be there. I'm going to be doing just dedicated Let's Plays over on the other channel. Because for some reason, my system does not like recording and streaming this at the same time. That and I forget to start and stop the recording. So yeah, these are going to be available in full stream format on the channel. Just, there's a whole tab for streams on the front page. But hopefully you're doing well and having a good night, Cody. And hopefully you will be able to catch them later. But yeah, I think I am just going to make the Let's Play channel dedicated to just variety of games. We're going to do like test runs and stuff on there too. Yeah, I need to actually... Why did I... Oh yeah, I came to Act 1 to bug him. Sorry, I got distracted. Distractions! I will probably... Well, actually, I probably won't need it at the beginning of the Druid, but I'll need it for Hell difficulty on the Druid. That's for sure. I will need all the luck I can get. Because my luck with late game Druid is kind of mixed. So let's see. Yeah, we're looking fine. Oh, speaking of which, I got that from Magic Finding. So, we're not going to use it on this character because, well, it's not really that useful for this character. Because we're not going to respec. We've already put all of our points into that. If we wanted, like, save some points on stats, we could actually use it for that. But I don't feel like respecking just for a couple stat points. And I just... I is smart. It's gonna be one of those starts. I haven't caffeinated. Mainly because I'm trying to avoid caffeine because, yeah. The reason we didn't have a stream yesterday. Caffeine's not good for that. Nope, no, you son of a bucket. Stay. Sit, Ubu, sit. Yeah, we just run down here. Hopefully the door over there is not open. Well, no, if he comes running that way, it's because it was open, but it was not. So we are content. Hopefully everyone is doing well. I see people slowly coming in. They've missed my flubbing about at the beginning. They can go back and watch the VOD if they want to see my flubbing about. Flubbering. And I just... As far as going through Worldstone Keep, I'm not going to keep re-rolling it just to get no gloams. I want to, but that would be very boring to watch because they are a very common spawn. So we just take it easy, take it slow. Don't go teleporting into a fanaticism mob like we did the other night. And these are fire immune. And yes, they actually have patched the cold mastery thing on the server side. It's not available single player yet, I don't think. Oh, and we somehow got that thing just like... Oh, there's another one. Hi, Black Soul. There you go. And they are a lot less visible in this. Hey, Kenny, how's it going? Yeah, those little buggers are a lot less visible in D2R than they are in, like, vanilla Diablo 2. Like, the old school Diablo 2. Because they get a little shimmer in that one. This one, I pretty much just don't even notice them. Yeah, we're finishing the Sorceress. I meant to do it yesterday, but reasons. Squirt. Spurt. And everything in between. But, yeah, we should be fine to actually just make it through here. Gothic play... And no, I'm not worried about not having Magic Find. I don't usually care about that whenever I'm just playing through. Because you really don't need uniques to actually beat the game. Generally speaking, you're only worrying about, like, uniques and sets and stuff like that in the post-game. So, I don't usually bother with it. Mercenary, don't go aggroing half the stage. I will shank you. And the habitual orb is there. And yes, they are coming after me. It's just they're hanging up on him because he's physically in the way. He's just not stopping them with their AI because their AI wants me because they can't see him properly. I probably should have gone the other way around, but I'm fine with this. This is a dead end, but it's free XP, and if we get one more level, that means the Mercenary will level up soon, which means that, hey, guess what? We get to, well, let him have a better weapon for the rest of this. And yes, we could actually use Meteor if we wanted to. There's our Meteors. Yeah, it is time to finish the Sorceress. Hi, there's a Meteor for you guys. But yeah, we're going to take it a little bit more relaxed than we were last session. Especially considering we are going into a Fireboy. Didn't know what they were, but you got murdered by 3 boss packs in Act 1, and it was... Oh god, yeah. The hello doors. Those are always fun. Especially whenever they're, like, somewhat buggy doors. That makes them even more stupid. Like, it's, oh, I just spent the past 5 minutes clicking the door multiple times. And it turned out to just be trapped. That's also one reason why sometimes you'll see me actually drop meteors on doors. Is if there's something, like, literally sitting on the door, I can get the hell away from it as they're burning. They were all ranged enemies. No! That would suck if you were on hardcore, too. I should start using telekinesis for stuff like that, but... Ow! Ow! You bastards! Oh, we just killed a boss mob with a couple fireballs and a little bit of spit and anger. We're about to kill, yeah. I was about to say, we're going to kill another boss mob, but let's see. Super healing. Should be good there. Ooh, flawless ruby. Hey, no. But yeah, I think it was a ghost that we killed, and it was probably not fire enchanted. Yeah, our goal is to just take it easy, go smoothly through this part, and not get angry. So this floor is usually the poison floor, so I can use cold. I say usually the poison floor. It's usually a bunch of, yeah. Oh, actually, yeah. It's fine. We can just frozen orb the hell out of this if we want to. But usually it's either this group or we'll end up with the poison skeletons and the, whatchamacallits. Yeah, the poison skeletons and the little flare dudes. But everything here should be prone to us. Yeah, it's lightning and fire immune. So that is perfectly fine by me. And you may notice, yes, we are running a little bit like... Whoa! What the f... Oh, because mana burn, yeah. Mana burn and a little bit of desync. Are we actually lagging or something? We shouldn't be. I think we might have just been running low on mana. And then their drain took the rest out of us. So is there anything in there I want? Full rejuve, yes. Regular rejuve, I'll just drink. I'm feeling a bit better, yeah. Like I said, it usually just takes about 12 to 24 hours to flush that out. You're doing well taking a break from playing Diablo 2 Resurrected. Yeah, usually after a moment like that, it's good to take at least a momentary break. Oh yeah, these guys are fire immune. I see these guys and I immediately think cold immune, but no, they come in both. And why are you getting attacked by him? You are bugged. You're not supposed to be targetable by those. That's a bit odd. Oh, and there's our pygmies, by the way. And they shouldn't. Yeah, they're just not spotting us. It's fine. It is perfectly fine for them to not spot me. Let's back up, let our mana recover a little bit. Oh, he's immune to fire. Well, that would explain a little bit. Like, why is he not dying? I shot him like 7 times. Well, he's not going to die if he's immune to your crap. There's one down. And yes, I am on the lookout for, like, various socketed armors, just because they're going to prove to be a little bit useful. And I hate the noises those make. They really need to turn that down. The screeching green needs to be turned down. Yeah, I read the letter about the server issues. It's kind of expected, honestly. I mean, it's not going to really bother me at all. As long as the queues aren't too long, I think we're good. Okay, let's see. Get rid of you, little bastards. And yeah, they are ignoring him. I think that one was focusing on him because it was the only thing it could find. So we do need to be a little bit cautious going into new areas, though, because we are going to end up getting swarmed by the little buggers, because we know that there's players on this floor. They are our next set of enemy. Oh, and that is a Tiamat's Rebuke, which is actually not a bad paladin shield for what we're going to be doing with the paladin, which is a zealot. It's ethereal. Bite me, game. Well, there it is, in case we could get one that's not ethereal. Ow. No. But as an ethereal one, it's not going to do anything for me. So enjoy seeing that. It's going to go in there for a minute, but chances of us actually using it, probably not gonna. Yep, I am super poisoned as well. Lovely. See the old devs saying, I told you so, you cannot remove the region, stash size, game creation timer. Database will break. I don't see them. Well, I could see some of the old devs saying that just because there's a couple of them that are a bit of, it's a nice way to say jerks, but, yeah. But I could see a couple of them saying it, but for the most part, they're just programmers. They know that there's ways around this stuff. There are ways to fix it. But the stash extension isn't going to be doing that much to it. The main issue is likely it's just the number of requests. Because there was also an issue with the... I'm trying to think of how they phrased it. But basically there was an issue with the server making its own requests too often.
Good evening.
And also I'm seeing more and more kind of evidence, if you will, say this is not entirely just running off the old engine. There are things that are definitely running off the old engine, but there's chunks of it's kind of like, that's not old engine. That's not old engine. That is. Is that any? Nope. I was like, is that any good? Nope. After we beat the game with the sorceress. Fuck off, you bastards. So we got the bad setup here, by the way. Because gloams in here are going to suck. Especially with a fanaticism butt right here. But no, the gloams are going to suck because of Wave 2. Because Wave 2 can revive gloams. But yeah, we're starting the Druid after we finish the Sorceress. I mean, I would generally have to finish the Sorceress before I start the Druid, because I don't like stopping a run in the middle. So quest log. And we've got a Doom Knights. That means there's Oblivion Knights as well. And they're the dual elemental ones, so that's going to suck a nug. Thankfully, these will not target my mercenary. The Oblivion Knights will. So they might be able to kill him. We're going to go ahead and back off just a little bit. And let's go ahead and back over here. No, you're not extra fast. You're just frenzied. That's fine. So get rid of you. Mercenary, don't die. Yeah, he should be fine. Got Holy Fire Oblivion Knight in there. And yes, I knew it was an Oblivion Knight because I could see his hand. Thankfully, being on this side. Let's go ahead. Oh, what? Okay. Is he amp damage? Thankfully, none of the physical damage ones are ranged. Oh, come on. There you go. Got him through the wall. Sorry for being a little bit quiet during this. I'm actually concentrating because this is a really bad floor. It's a bad setup, my sirs. Especially considering we're probably going to have gloams in the room. Okay, I will take an extra healing potion because we're probably going to need it in here. Yep. Oh. Stupid terrain. Oh, thanks. Where's... Oh, there's another batch down there. Let's go ahead and back off. Yeah, and just taking them out in like little batches is kind of what I'm trying to do. I'm really afraid of that second wave getting a gloam, though. Because that second wave with a gloam is going to wreck my shit. Because I'll get hit with lightning from the back and I'll be poisoned from the front with probably super poison, if I had to guess. We have another batch of you buddies. That's fine. And he will remove the ones up here. These are not the ones I'm worried about. These are the ones I'm worried about. And I think we actually killed a Gloam down there as well. So get rid of them. You're lightning enchanted. That's fine. I can deal with lightning enchanted. That's not a huge deal. Now, these actually drop more like champions, for those of you that are curious. It's one reason why farming these guys, not really worth it. Not worth it at all. Let's go ahead and back off. Okay, so he's right there. And see, we got the Gloam. I knew it. The motherfucker. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. And of course, it's not going to actually start coming after me. It's going to stay up here and just camp like a little shit, but that's fine. There's Ahmed, the asshole. We are decrepified. Mercenary, stop dying, for fuck's sake, please. So did we get rid of the revival guys for anything that's like unholy? Of course, my healing is not healing because super poison. I mean, our poison resist is 25%. We should not be getting super poison, but eh. I'll get the crank out of the way early because we're gonna just...
Hello.
Once we get to the Druid, I'll be content and chill the rest of the night. There's a couple things in this game that really do frustrate me. Super Poison is one of them. And the fact that those guys can revive fucking Gloams irritates the crap out of me. Oh, thanks, Matt. Yeah, the low runes were definitely welcome. We're saving the other low rune for a hopefully. I'm going to put a hopefully on this. For hopefully a grief. We just need to get the rest of the stuff for it. So where is the last one? There he is. So we're probably going to see another Gloam come up. Because they do like reviving them because they're assholes. That's just what they do. Okay, so teleport back to here. And hopefully things go well. And yes, these guys can be killed by fire. They are the lightning resistant variants, if I remember correctly. So where is Bartuk? There's Bartuk. Oh, he's fire enchanted. Nice. I'm actually surprised they weren't lightning him. I mean, fire immune then. Because they do actually get fire resists, no matter which flavor they are. There you go. Thank you for the healing potions. Let's get out of here, mercenary. Now this one is going to suck. I think we can... I forget whether these are fire immune or not. I think they are. It's either that or poison. But we can drop this out anyway. And we'll do the same thing for Lister and them. And just... I don't remember their immunities just off the top of my head. I'm usually just nuke them and I'm... Yeah. Can you tell I don't play Sorceress a whole, like, ton? Because I find her kind of boring and... Yeah, they are fire... I mean, they're poison immune. I mean, you can go up there, mercenary. You're not going to die to them. Because they're not going to target you. They're melee dudes. Where did he spawn them? He must have spawned them way further up. You can see it just does like no damage. Whereas the cold does a reasonable amount of damage. I really wish there was like a cold wall or cold meteor or something like that besides Blizzard, because Blizzard takes a ton of points to actually like make viable. Otherwise, it's just doing basically the same damage as Frozen Orb, but smaller area. Because with the way Frozen Orb works, you're hitting them with like several of these little orbs.
I need mana.
And they are mana burn, by the way. So I need to not be touched by them. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. No. No touchy touchy. But yeah, they're not my least favorite class. Barbarians are my least favorite class by like a decent margin, but they're just kind of boring. Can you not? There we go. Now, this is one reason why you actually do want the mercenary bugged, is because these guys will rip them to pieces in about 2 seconds flat, by the way. Hey, Pluto, how's it going? And yes, we are full on just looking to cheese. Oh yeah, they are immune to fire, yep. Okay. I can never remember which waves are immune to what, but yeah, mercenary, you should be fine slowing them down, and I'll just orb them as they come towards me. They're not extra fast, which works out to my advantage. When they're extra fast, usually I'll just ditch them somewhere else. Because, frankly, they're going to hurt like a truck if they're extra fast. And you can see they're not targeting the mercenary because guess what? He's bugged. Which is a very, very good strategy, by the way. If you are having trouble with Lister, bug your mercenary and just kite them. If you're using a Holy Freeze mercenary, he'll slow them down to about this fast, which is actually kind of painful for them. So let's see. And I don't see why people... There's a lot of people, like I've been seeing on like forums and stuff like that, complaining about not being able to get through with Orb. It's like, yeah, if you over-focus on Orb, usually you use it with a second skill, though. It's like, why? This is not hard. I'm literally just taking 2 steps back and shooting every now and then. They cannot touch me. Hey, and we got to level up off of it. So if we die on Bale, it doesn't suck that much. I don't think we're gonna. We might, but I don't think we're gonna. Fire Mastery, and look at the damage we're doing. We're up to 9,000 meteor damage, 4,000 on that. So as far as he goes, we want to get in, zap him. And zap, zap, zap. Zap. Don't get zapped ourselves. Okay, get back. Meteor. Ow. Don't get tentacled. Oh, and he cloned. Okay. That's fine. We can kill the clone relatively quick. Yeah, see? The clone has half the life of the original version. So if you see the original version at this much life, it's going to end up with like half of it. And no, he's not targeting the mercenary because he can't see the mercenary. The mercenary can target him, but eh. We just want to keep moving because those appendages will keep being a pain in the ass. And he is going to be very, very loud for at least a decent amount of time. There you go. He's dead. Did I forget to turn the volume down on that? I thought I... No, I didn't turn it down. There we go. Sorry about that. That was probably very annoying to listen to. Hey, handsome. How's it going? Should the bugging of the mercenary be in the game? Yes, because the mercenary AI is absolutely freaking stupid. And by the way, this is Arctic. Anything else here actually worth taking? Not really. I'm going to take it anyway because I can sell it. You want to know whether Blizzard is already nerfed or at least addressed some info about the immunities bug? Yes, I know about it. I don't think they should have removed it. It's not removed in single player. It is removed in multiplayer. I did some testing off screen. It doesn't work in multiplayer anymore, so that means they're going to remove it. Honestly, I'd rather have them leave that in. That's my opinion on it. Some other people's opinions may differ. I know that Llama wanted it back to the way it was because he's probably the most vocal one about it, but I personally would have liked it to stay and just given diminishing returns to Cold Mastery. That way you could actually use minus resist from, like, say, Rainbow Facets or various items to actually switch up builds a little bit. If you gave diminishing returns to Cold Mastery alone, it would have actually made it so there was more build variety. Whereas if you would have left Cold Mastery alone, you wouldn't have seen much build variety change. And if you take it away, it just goes back to the old builds. And hi, Fabio. How's it going? And do I want to go through there? No, I actually want to go ahead and pop up here and identify and sell this stuff. And then we will go, and I also need to put stuff in the stash. And then we'll go ahead and switch over to the Druid. I've already made him. He is just sitting there. I think I've got the leaf staff on him. And I have some other things on him. I used them as sort of like muling the stuff that I'm going to not do too much with. Let's go ahead and sell you. If that had replenished quantity, I'd use that. But I don't mind there being everything breaking immunities. That's not the thing I had problem with. I had a problem with the fact that freeze was going to become a serious thing. We're almost to him, Jim. Almost. We were going to do Paladin next, but I just felt the itch. And I was like, you know what? I'll let people vote. It was between Paladin, Druid, and Assassin. So, and you guys voted, I think it was 30-something%. I can actually look. I have it open. Let's go to content. Polls. Well, where are you? There you are. What class should we stream next? It ended up at 31% Paladin, 29% Assassin, 40% Druid. So we'll probably do Druid, Paladin, then Assassin. Barbarian will have to mix in there somewhere. I don't wanna. You can't make me. You're not my real mom. We have the stuff for a Zealot Paladin. So the more stuff we get for a Zealot Paladin, the better the Zealot Paladin run will be. So I'm not upset about not doing Paladin. And yes, we will probably be wrecking face in normal. Because that's how we do it. I'm not going to give him my low mule equipment, which is hilarious. He is destroying things. So let's see. We need to equip this and put that in there. Yeah, we're going to just switch her almost entirely over to Magic Find. So he's just going to get all of her stuff that I have Magic Find stuff for. He has, I think I have a better amulet for him. Hey, your game loaded. We're going to be doing an elemental one. Whirlwind is the build you'd like to try out for Barbarian. Whirlwind's not the worst thing ever. It got nerfed hard, like really hard. So it's not necessarily the best choice for builds. We have our backup spirit there. You know what? I'm going to give her the backup spirit. Let him have the good one. And same goes for that spirit. How much more fun is Dream Paladin versus Hammerden? I love Zealot, so a lot more fun. Let's see. When you say only on multiplayer and on single player not, do you refer to offline character? Single player is offline, multiplayer is online. You have full Saigon set on your Paladin with the amulet and ring set with plus attack rating per level. Probably pretty far into Nightmare, as long as you have a decent weapon. I can show you what I have so far on the Paladin. Going to try playing and watching with a headphone from each. Oh, that's gonna get confusing. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I've tried this before. This is the Paladin that we are starting to work on. I've just been loading stuff onto him as a kind of placeholder. And yes, there is a reason I went with what I did in the Alder's Mace. I do have a second Alder's Mace, don't worry. But yeah, we have most of Saigon's. I actually have the other parts. I don't have the armor. I have the shield. But as far as what we did 3 Eth in there, and that's because I want to be able to hit, and I don't want to have to dump a bunch into dexterity until Nightmare into Hell. But yeah, we're going to be using Alders for a good chunk of it. Hey, CL, how's it going? And yeah, we've got gear for the Paladin whenever we get to him. But we'll use this instead of Saigon's shield, because this is better. And we'll eventually move on into probably using the Spirit Shield. But we have a Paladin shield for that. You beat the game with Saigon set, was going to go through the game as far as you could with each set. You can beat normal with every single set. Especially if you give yourself freedom to choose a class for it. You can beat it with every single set. You scrap 2 of those Alders. Alders is not an endgame weapon, but it is a really good mid weapon, if that makes sense. Hopefully we'll get the runes for Grief and actually be able to make a Grief. But for now, let's go ahead and lobby, and hey, no, let's not. Okay, create game. Now, whenever I saw the spam popping up there on the left, that's actually one of the sites that didn't try and pay me money. But yeah, oh no, we do need to actually get that amulet, damn it. Hopefully we'll find another one. We don't need that +1 skill. We're fine without it. But yeah, we've got a Druid helmet, and it's like 2 levels later than Lore, so that's fine. Grief, easily. Grief or Last Wish, Grief. But yeah, I've been getting very, very insistent requests to put ads on my videos for these like reseller sites. I'm like, I'm just going to ignore this.
Good day.
I've actually saved a few of the emails and taken screenshots of them and all that stuff, but we'll see if I end up making a video out of that to just talk about why I don't take those. I find them unethical, but anyway. You have a few 30+ res Grand Charms. Those are fairly decent. I prefer resist all ones, though. But yeah, we could actually... You know what? I might actually set up a challenge for that. So is this a Fire Druid? I'm going to go Fire Druid on this one. We may eventually do a Summoner, but that's going to be like a custom thing. I might actually set up like a incentive or something like that for those, because that's going to take a long time to go through. Which is time I could spend making other videos. So it's kind of like one of those. It's kind of, you're going to start a Fury Druid. I'm making a Elementalist. I'm actually going to be using my respec. Oh no! Although we probably could. You know what? I'm gonna do this one with a little bit of a challenge. Your wife just walked away because you're dealing with Diablo 2 stuff again. You know what? I'm going to try to do this one without respecking, so we're actually going to skip over easy mode. Do we? No. I'm going to do easy mode. Easy mode is more fun to watch. Easy mode is a lot more fun to watch.
So it begins.
And it lets me use Leaf. Yeah. One of the ones that was trying to they offered me the email, and it didn't say this was an NDA or any kind of request like that. I haven't replied to them at all, so they wouldn't be able to like enforce an NDA anyway. Yay, legal. But one of them literally offered me $500 to put ads in front of my videos for a month. I'm like, I could use the $500, but I don't feel comfortable putting a site that is, one, against the terms of service of the game, two, is generally untrustworthy from my perspective on there. No, they actually, one of them said they literally had a contract with them before. Either they're lying to me, or like one of the people who was offering me money said they had a license with Cooley to advertise previously. So I'm not going to go into that, but I don't judge Cooley for that. If you need the money, you need the money. But I'm not taking that offer. You wish someone would start and stay Fire Druid? The downside of going Fire Druid, by the way, and I'm going to address this one before we get too far in. You tried his runs on Piddleskin, almost 500 but drops are sucks, and videos on YouTube they found good items, but yours are all horrible. That's Piddleskin for you. Yeah, Fire Bear? Fire Bear is a little bit different. That's, you want Earth Shifter or something like that, or the two-handed one. That's really super uncommon. But the reason people don't stay Fire is you don't have an end game plan. The Fire Physical, this one comes up from the ground, it's stationary. This one is rolling along, whereas with Tornado, it's able to kind of deal with them with the physical, where this deals with the cold. It's a little bit awkward to do the fire thing. So, I mean, do you guys really want me to stick with fire? I can stick with fire. I'll respec in after hell, though. And we also don't do nearly enough physical damage with this, by the way. Because you only get 200% boost to the physical damage on there, and you get 240% on there. So you need a lot of plus skills to make it worthwhile. And we do have enough plus skills to make it okay. I'd much rather do pure fire with my endgame gear. We ended up beating hell difficulty with the sorceress and started in on the druid. We're going to start off with fire. Depending on the opinions and stuff like that, we might stick with fire. We'll probably go win, though, with our nightmare respec. He did a video on JSP, but it was more like an opinion video on JSP. My opinion of D2 JSP is if you use it, fine on you. It doesn't impact my gameplay any. I don't PvP, so I don't care. It does promote botting, unfortunately, which is a bad thing, but botting doesn't affect me either because I don't like trading. So what about the first 4 fire skills with 20 points each and then 20 points into bear summon for more physical? The bear won't get enough physical damage from it. I mean, it'll do physical damage, but you're going to be just kind of struggling for anything that's fire immune. It's doable, don't get me wrong. It's an actual build. It's just I'm not a huge fan of it. Are you having fun in hell with it? Oh, Poison Necro. Oh. Poison Necro is godly with good gear. He's not even just good, he's godly. He is a beast. He just smacks the living snot out of everything. And yes, I am keeping a few character slots open, just because I'm not going to fill them up with mules. I'm going to keep probably 2 slots open so I can make additional characters, but they're going to be kind of like rotating characters I can delete. So I need to like keep with one main of each class, which is going to be these characters we're making right now, which is my dual elemental sorceress, my necromancer, which he's probably going to be converted to bone, this druid, a paladin, etc. I'm going to do fire and then convert to wind. You barely survive with Shockwave Armageddon. Yeah, that's kind of the story of that build. Thank you again for... Okay, you've been watching Llama Dubunsky. I mispronounced his name. No! Other old school Diabloers. Thank you. I hate face cams. I'm just going to put that out right now. Back in the day, I think it was my third year on YouTube. I actually did have a challenge of if I hit 10,000 subscribers, I'll show my face, but that ended at the end of that year, so it doesn't end. It doesn't continue to this year. And thank you for the donation, Brogantic. I'm glad you've been enjoying the streams, and we're going to be jumping into Last Epic. Probably, it might be after this run, actually. I might start integrating Last Epoch in there. What we're trying to say is that you guys must have waited like 20 years for this hype. Hybrid Necros are a lot of fun as well. Do I have a character build for my dual elemental sorceress? It is the Frozen Orb Fireball Sorceress. We do have a budget build video for that one. It's in the Sorceress build videos you can find in the playlists. Fury Druid is the only way to go. Fury Druid is nice. Don't get me wrong. Not my favorite, but it's good. If you're gonna go wall, do not go ball. My main reason is I actually go fireball and meteor because I want a spammable, which is my fireball, and I want the big damage, which is my meteor, and I also want a cold spell, so that's my orb. It's really one of the easier builds to play, in my opinion, so... And I think I just forgot to assign my skill thing, so... I have not taken any illicit drugs, so no, I have not played Diablo on mushrooms. I probably know a few people. Can I go fire and wind hybrid? That is not recommended. You just generally don't have enough points to make... Like, if you go... That looks very weird. But if you go with the hurricane and stuff like that, you're not going to have enough points to invest in your fire. You were thinking orb or meteor or orb or wall. I would go orb meteor and just pump fireball for your spammable. Meteor does less damage than wall, but it's a lot easier to aim. Unless you're playing on a controller, in which case all of those suck except for orb and fireball. It's rare to run into a cold plus physical. Yeah. Werewolf Druid, we could. I'm not in a huge thing for that. And honestly, even if Diablo 2 Resurrected didn't get made, I would still be making Diablo 2 videos. I enjoy the core game. I'm still trying to find some other action RPGs, isometric ones, to kind of scratch that itch. Last Epoch is the closest to what I want. They need to get their itemization in check, but other than that, I'm enjoying it. You think Fireball Frozen Orb is the best beginner approach? It's the most straightforward. The only thing, yeah, like I said, the only thing I don't like about the Firewall option is that it's two cooldown skills at the same time, which is a little bit frustrating. I'm going to get rid of this. It's pissing me off. We are, as far as the account goes, we are account-wide solo self-found. Our characters aren't. Our characters are using the stuff we found on the previous character, but yeah. You were making a Hurricane Druid the last few days. They are fairly solid. Even with kind of like mediocre gear with just like spirits and stuff, they are still fairly solid builds. And yes, I am intentionally just murdering things for XP right now. That's why I'm reading chat. We didn't give him the charms. I'll probably give him next session, because we're not going to need him for normal. Okay, and since we're going fire, I'm going to go ahead and keep dumping into that. And we're going to go probably Fissure Firestorm for normal. You respect at 63 and you forgot to get teleport. Oh, no. I've done that many times. It sucks. Or you forget to put it in there for a few levels whenever you finally get to, I think it's level 18. What's the most fun caster? For me, it's Necromancer, but I'm biased. I'd probably say the one that's probably best for people to kind of like get into casters on this would be the Sorceress. Although I would usually recommend the Assassin before I'd recommend the Sorceress for new players. Because while the Sorceress is really good for Magic Find and all that garbage, she is squishy. And a lot of new players think squishy means that she'll be able to one-shot things all the way through hell, and she won't. Can you complete Hell Act 5, specifically the lead up to Bale, which is the full Blizzard Sorceress? Technically, yes. Are you going to have fun doing it? Probably not, but you can do it. Do you think they should make a balance changes to other not viable skills later on down the road? I think some skills do need adjustment. I especially think things like Inferno and Arctic Blast need a fix.
Not enough
That's not even like a balance adjustment. That is a fix. They need it to be fixed, repaired, not buggy. They need that corrected. So that's what they need to do. But if you're going through Act 5 hell with just pure Blizzard, you're going to have to just teleport past a lot of things. That's why I almost always recommend the Fireball Orb, is because you have that ability to just, okay, I have the stuff I need. I can smack the crap out of these things. Or if I'm being impatient, then I can run away from these things. Whereas if you're pure Blizzard, there are things that you literally just have to go, well, I can't deal with that. Bye. And just teleport past it. And if you die further down the road without getting a waypoint, you're boned. Oh, I see you over here. Boop. Playing Barbarian right now. Some people love Barbarian. I don't hate Barbarian. He's just my least favorite. He's just very, very kind of... He gets boring to me. Paladin doesn't get boring for some reason. It's a similar thing. It's just I'm not so much into the flail and zippy kind of thing as much as I am the like I am standing in the middle of all this somehow surviving as a tank kind of thing. If that makes sense. Because Barbarian, despite being a Barbarian, is not as tanky as you would think. Paladin is tankier. Fireball is 100% spammable. Yes. And yeah, for most Barbarian builds, you do need fairly solid gear. And yes, we will get Nokazan's Relic eventually. So that is going to be, yeah, Corpse Fire there. There's our sash for... Hey, how's it going, you guys? Ow! Get all them wrecked. I don't know if we're going to get the 666 bug on this one or not. We might try for it. Depends on what's left. I think it's just Corpse Fire and a couple of these little buggers. So if we can keep the flayers alive, we might be able to get it. Revive things, you fiend. Did he do it? Monsters... Oh, nope. Monsters remaining 4. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to kill him. You have to get it down to 1. Oh, actually, where is the last one? Did he just wander off? Where are you? Let's see. Watched the starter budget paladin build last night. Why hammers over zeal, and is it harder than for a zealot? It's harder for a zealot because you actually have to hit. The main area that the paladin is... that the Blessed Hammer Paladin is going to be kind of struggling on is going to be things like the Maggot Lair and stuff like that, where you can't have room. I'll probably do a Zealot starter video eventually. You hate how the Druid fire skills all have cooldowns? Yes, that sucks ass. They need to make some that don't. Honestly, I would be very happy if Firestorm didn't have a cooldown. Just make it spammable like the tornadoes and stuff like that, and you'd see people using fire more. So, yeah. Let's see. The plus elemental damage are just for melee attackers? Yes. In most cases. Your Barbarian is pretty tanky, full IK, max out resist, 230 MF. But you can... I'm just doing like comparison of Barbarian versus Paladin. Barbarian and Paladin on similar levels of gear, the Paladin is going to be tankier. Because you can go max block so easy on a Paladin. You're still playing old D2? Most of the things carry over to that, so that's fine. I still have old D2 installed for mods and stuff like that. And the fact that I haven't transferred over all my stuff. I'm still going through it all. Sorting it and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to be kind of honest, like frankly honest here. I don't run Hammerden that often. I just recognize its power. If I had to choose between running my Paladin as a Zealot or a Hammerden, I would actually choose a Zealot. It's just I don't recommend that for new players because there's more use to the Hammerden. There's more utility to it. So, and we aren't going to get most of our stuff until way later, so I don't need to be looking in there every 5 minutes. There are mods coming out for D2R, but some of them are viruses, and some of them are just junk that makes things drop more, which is stupid, but it's fine, I guess. So let's go ahead and get that over there, this there. And we'll fill up our books. Yeah, we'll go ahead and identify that. That is definitely better than what we've got. That's actually really good for where we're at. That is, like, all the good mods you could get at this level. You got your first Hell playthrough on a Summon Necro 3 days ago. Hey! Congratulations. And for this character, guess what we're going to do? Take everything out of the belt, and we're going to give him a bunch of mana potions. Have I done the Amazon stream yet? No. We will. She doesn't need a lot of gear. Honestly, the Javazon can actually go through with the starter gear and be just fine if you really are stubborn. But it makes it easier if you have good gear. Tornado is physical damage. Javazon is definitely more new player friendly. Bozon, you are a lot more reliant on either using a lot of mana or using gear that you've gotten elsewhere. It's physical. Tornado is pure physical damage. Twister and Tornado are physical damage. Hurricane is cold. This is fire. This is fire and physical. The actual rocks are physical. It has fire on it as well. This is fire from the ground. The rock is physical. The fire is fire. And then you have the pure fire, Firestorm. So, mana per kill with the boson would be nice. You can do it with leech too. You generally would want both. Okay, let's see. And it is dark out. No, let's go and get that XP shrine, and I'm going to start murdering things as fast as possible. Just chug those mana potions. Oh, that was an exploding shrine, not an experience shrine. I saw the E and I was like, oh yay, and I got excited. And I experienced my pants. So let's see. No more spamming my mana potions. Oh, actually, yes, we are, because that's a boss mob. We 100% want to spam our mana potions so we don't have to deal with lightning enchanted for too long. There we go. What's my plan for a build later? We're going to respec in Nightmare to a Wind Druid. Fire is fire and water is wet, damn it. That's one thing I actually do like about Diablo 2 is you don't have the element conversions that Grim Dawn has. While I think that's a cool idea, I find it more frustrating than beneficial. It's like, oh, I'm converting this. It converts at this rate and that rate. And it's like, oh no, what? What? Oh, no. And yes, I am running out of stamina. I'm not going to be dumping into life until I get a decent amount of strength to start out. Unfortunately, I actually want to get up to at least 40 strength in Act 1. Durance levels are... They're fairly random. If you're looking to get to Durance of 3 from the waypoint, you want to go clockwise. You put level 16 insight on your merc and you still have to drink mana potions for fireball spamming? Yes. That is unfortunately just how it rolls. Drinky, drinky. Die. But yeah, endurance, I usually just go clockwise. You technically, if I remember correctly, the exit is left from the waypoint. But that's kind of hard to explain because left from the waypoint could be out, down, that way, and that way, and that would still be left from the waypoint. What are good rune words to use on a caster druid? Starting out, Leaf, but late game, I would probably go for Spirit, unless you're looking for like really expensive stuff like Hodo. Because Hodo is nice, but lore is always good, yes. Do you need crazy gear for a poison necro or just levels? Crazy gear helps. Without crazy gear, you're a little bit more limited in what you can do, but lower resist will help you out. Because lower resist can drop poison resists. It's just something like Death's Web makes it a lot simpler to run. Get back here. Who's gonna die first? Her! Ha 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 ha! Sorry. I was determined to stubborn my way through that. And I'm sorry that my voice supposedly sounds like a commercial, but that's just what my voice sounds like. Maybe you should stop watching the good commercials.
Good day.
Let's see. Double Spirit is always good. Yeah, Double Spirit is always nice for any caster. For neutral level 1, you can see level 2 and 20 feet of running. That's a good thing. You haven't found your 4-socket shield. For a normal caster, you probably are going to end up with a Monarch. And it will take a while to find. Actually, I might need that. Welcome back. How's it going, Thanos? Hopefully well. Monarch Ward Aegis. Monarch's just the only light one. You actually also have Paladin shields, but I'm not going to count those. Do I happen to have any information on the Cold Mastery bug for Source? One, I still stand by the fact that I don't think it should have been called a bug, but it's also... It doesn't work online anymore because they patched it out because people were saying, it's a bug! And screaming about it, and I was like, is it a bug or is it not? I think it's fine, but they need to nerf Cold Mastery, but... Yeah, they listened to the people screaming about it's a bug and it shouldn't be that way. Purist! So, yeah. Gonna have to start voicing mattress commercials. Welcome to Mattress World, where we will kill you with mattresses.
Greetings.
Have a good life sleep. What? I've heard that saying before. The I'm so and so with a face for radio and a voice for print. But yeah, I don't usually use that one. Yeah, I found my Monarch really early on, and we've actually found a second one. And yes, I do read chat, but it is kind of... I'm going back and forth, so I do miss some things. So if I miss what something you say or something anyone says, it's okay to repeat it, just don't spam it. So, just putting that one out there. Because I know I'm going to miss something while I'm going through all of this. So, let's see. What do you have to gamble for? Nothing good. And actually, he wouldn't have anything good for us anyway. We're only level 4. Does Deadly Strike stack with Zon Crit Strike skill? Trying to think of how to explain this. No. But what it does is, let's say you do an attack. And then it checks, it does the crit strike. I don't remember what order it is. One of them comes first, and I can't remember which one it is. But if you get crit strike, if it says no, it'll check for deadly strike. But if it says crit strike, yes, it just moves on to damage. So if you get the crit strike, you will not get the deadly strike. They're the same kind of thing. It's a pain. Monarchs are super cheap. Okay. What's the highest level you could possibly get in any skill? With plus skills. Let's see. And are we... This is going to be an important question. C. Are we going to include items that are near impossibly rare to get? And I want an answer to that one before I give you an answer of the highest skill level you can get. You should not understand why people would play Diablo over and over again, but after playing this, you're absolutely hooked. The itemization is just so good in it. I love it. Yeah, there's a 20 hard point, and then there's plus skills. Just max in general. So let's see. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16... 17, 18, 19, plus 10 would be 29, plus 30. Actually, no, it'd be 12. 20, 20. Yeah, it'd be about like 50-ish. On a trap assassin to max out claw mastery? No. It doesn't even make sense to max out the claw block because you're not going to be attacking with it very much. Let's see. I'm going to keep going a little bit more strength. The assassin can... I was doing +6 claws, 2 of them. 2 +6 claws. You have a +3 circlet, +3 amulet, +2 armor, +1 ring, +1 ring, +1 belt, +2... No, you can get a +3 gloves. But you can't get that for traps. So, yeah. You just gambled to High Lords? I still have not successfully gambled a single unique. $50 total, not +50. And you still have to count the Barbarian +1, skill shrines, stuff like that. But yeah, congratulations on that, High Lords. I'm still working on just getting any unique from gambling. I have terrible luck with that. Yeah, it's a total of in the high 40s, low 50s, just off the top of my head. Most of the charts go up to the 60s because that's just what they... Oh, God, we're going to die here. We're going to die. You're out of... No! Hide behind the wall! Is that... Oh, no, it's champions. Okay, that's why. That hurts. Come over here. I was not expecting that, like, right through the door. I do not have a way to keep you alive. There we go. We got 2 of them. I survived, damn it. Yeah, shadow dancers if you're going shadow disciplines.
I need money.
There you go.
I am overburdened.
Okay, so we'll take that for some extra mana. Short staff is not going to really do anything for us but give us some gold. This is going to be garbage, but it's going to be better than what we're using, so why not? Yeah, those were spooky archers. Gamble at 2 million, then stop gambling at 1 million. I have gambled about 7 million online, give or take now. Mostly daggers on a level... He's now level 12, but it won't matter that much. But, yeah. I have bad luck gambling, so that's just one of those things. You saw my outcomes from gambling how many millions of dollars? I mean, there's 50 million golds on one of them and... I want to say 80-something million on the other one. We actually have videos for them. Hoopa! What's the best level for gambling uniques? If you're just talking uniques in general, the level doesn't influence that. But if you're talking a specific unique, you need to be a minimum level to get the Q level for it. How did you not die? Character level, it makes a difference if you're gambling for rares. And it makes a difference if you are trying to get to a minimum level for something. But if you are above that level, it doesn't influence the percent chance of a unique. It will that percent chance is always the same. You tried the easy way to get gold dagger, 1 mil down the drain. No luck. Yeah, that's... It's such a small chance, and that chance is per roll. It's not exclusionary. That's one of the things that a lot of people forget. Oh, if it's a 1 in 2,000 chance, I'll get it after 2,000... No. That's a 1 in 2,000 chance every single time. Your chance of getting it by 2,000 is not terrible, but it's not great either. Yeah, Ariat Summit does have a good rundown of it. Even tells you like the level gap and stuff like that. The only thing it doesn't tell you is magic levels. Like, for example, if you are gambling circlets, you actually don't need to be getting a level 90 minimum to get a plus skill. You actually need to be getting, because circlets are a +3, so you need to be getting 87. But yeah, I need to make like a proper just breakdown of everything gambling. But I did like a more kind of summary thing for a casual look at it.
Not enough mana.
And we are having like enemies teleporting a lot. Is my ping jumping around or something and I'm not being aware of it? I don't think so. What's sad is I have all these starter sets in storage right now. I should be using them. It depends on what you're gambling for, but yeah, 94 is not a bad gambling level. We've done a little bit of crafting. I don't... Generally, my first few runs, I don't need to craft, so I save my stuff for late game crafts. If you need something, it's perfectly fine to use crafting for it. Like, if you need a caster belt, make a caster belt. The first drop you got was a gold dagger, then the dreaded reset happened and you lost it. Aww. That sucks. Oh, you accidentally sold back a gold? That sucks. But it should be fine.
Good day.
Most of the modifiers that you will be gambling for are level 90 requirement. But it does give you an eye level 99 item, so yeah, that's a thing. And I've already done crafting videos, by the way. And 20% FCR for your paladin. You used it until you hit 80 for arachnids. Ah. I would still keep... +1, 20% is not terrible. Circlets, tiaras, and diadems are also the only items that have a... They are not the only items that actually have a magic level. Circlets, tiaras, diadems have a higher magic level. Non-elite wands, you have rings, amulets, those all have magic levels. There's a whole list over on Amazon basing of them. Ah, you're going to Pindle Nightmare farm. Okay. What do I think about the new Q patch coming up to help with the server load? I think it's going to be met with a bunch of screaming, but I'm not bothered by it. It just means I have to set up the game a bit before I actually... Oh, lordy. We just got a crash. Not sure what that was from. Thankfully, we weren't too far in. No idea what that was. But yeah, for the queue system, I'm going to have to, like, load up the game early for streams, but other than that... It's a shame you can't fuse jewels with the Roger Cube. Would be great if you could get one rare jewel from fusing 3 magic ones. I don't know. I don't know why they didn't use jewels in more stuff. Okay, so it'll let me get into games. I have not had that many crashes. This one was just an arbitrary one. And yes, I am going to leave and start a new game. Because I don't want that password up in the top right. But it's fine. It's probably mostly because I was standing around chatting. Well, they came kind of late, so that doesn't surprise me that they got the short end of the stick.
Greetings.
Hi, Aliza. Welcome back. You are level 2. You suck.
Good day.
Let's see. Found magic ogre gauntlets with 3 bow and crossbow skills with 20% IAS. That's actually a really good one for bosons. I'll probably end up shopping for some of those. You can shop them from Anya in Act 5 pretty easily. Tried to make a character called Jewel Mule. Mine are all puns, so I don't usually run into the censorship thing. I actually think they should have made a, like, basic craft. Like, not... You know how you have blood, you have safety, and all that kind of jazz? I think they should have made a basic craft where you can actually just drop the jewel with whatever piece of equipment and it'll give you a random magic item. I think that'd be an amazing thing, but if you could just turn a white item into a blue item, give it a fixed eye level of like 15 or 20, so you don't get like insane mods on it. But that would even further diminish the usefulness of Magic Find, which is frankly not really as important as people seem to think. Have I tried playing with a controller yet? Yes. Not a lot, but we have. And yes, I am a little bit underleveled, so I don't mind killing the things here. Hey, mercenary. Can't say I never gave you anything. First time you fight the ancients, you crash on every difficulty with every character. That's terrifying. I wonder what's causing that.
It's locked.
Because I don't think I've
It's locked.
crashed on the ancients yet. Let's go ahead and grab that. 2 socket, sure. Actually, yeah, we'll keep the barrel until then. I could put 2 tiers in there, but I want to save my tier runes. I do wonder what is causing the crashing for some people. I'm not enough into the tech sphere on it to give a good idea, though. An Ashuta with +1, 13, 14, probably not worth much. Most people who are looking for an Ashutas are going to be looking for a high plus skill count, unfortunately. Because, frankly, a low Ashuta, you're better off with, like, Oculus or something like that. And Oculus is more well-known. Your controller chips would be unbind attack to a different button, so you do not attack and pick stuff up at the same time. That's probably good advice. You crash on the text scroll for ancients. Attack rating we don't need. Switch your graphics and able to play crash free. I would not say Oculus is OP. I would say Oculus is overrated. I hate Oculus. It's a great weapon. I personally hate it. I have a dislike for that particular weapon because frickin' teleport. I mean, it's still a good one to use. It's just you're better off with a spirit than that usually, because the extra +1 skills and the faster cast. Well, Ashutas has faster cast, but you know what I mean. It has the necessities from Ashutas, except for the plus elemental damage or minus resist. I can't remember which one it is. Why do I hate Oculus? Teleport. Straight up, just teleport. I don't like arbitrary teleports. I don't like Blink in Diablo 1. I like having control of where my character is, dang it. Have I tried playing D2R with a VR headset? I cannot afford a VR headset. So no. Let's see, F1, F2. We're going to be sticking with Firestorm for a while. Our mercenary's going to die again. I'll give her a healing potion. Maybe she'll survive. They're very determined to get to her. And it's kind of sad. Yeah, but Spirit doesn't teleport my ass around. I'm usually aiming at enemies, so it doesn't help. Aki's trading for Bear and Ist runes on console trade. I would literally trade an Oculus for, like, the runes to make a... Or at least the start of the runes to make pretty much any of my weapon choices. Probably Hodo is probably what I'd start working towards if I got an Oculus. And I probably will end up with an Oculus eventually. I don't really care too much. There we go. There's our level up. Let's back off of that. We want to find the waypoint first if possible. And we've got 2 wells right here. Nice. Need to remember that. Let's see. D2R in VR would be actually kind of terrifying. Ah, IK runs bearable. If you miss a bear, hopefully you get a bear rune. May you have good luck.
Not enough mana.
May everyone who's watching while doing their runs actually have amazing luck. May you get the streamer luck on you. Sadly, all I seem to be able to find are low runes. I used Oculus for the longest time back in the day. This is like, we were talking back in the day. Like 1.09, 1.1 kind of stuff. And while it was fun, I generally, almost always, after I finally got it, preferred the Tal Rasha's option. Because no teleport, almost as good on a lot of fronts, better on others. Better for dual elementals.
It's locked.
Because you have the kind of like fake masteries. Yeah, lots of mana on that. I love the explosion at the end, though. Yeah, I have a spare low. I've already used one. Our mercenary on the sorceress has a fortitude. But I don't trade on that site, so the only thing I ever go there for are the forums. I don't go for any of their resources or anything. I'm not a big fan of third-party bartering. You had good luck yesterday. You found a low, traded for a D-Web. Awesome. Let's go ahead and chuck one of those out. Maybe they'll go into it. Yeah. See, maybe he went into it. Aha. Did he really just step to the side? You butt.
This dead tree teems.
So if we can find the waypoint, we'll be a lot happier. What are we looking at? Level 7? We still wouldn't even be able to, like, equip Eisenhearts. Eisenhearts is level 8. Speaking of Eisenhearts, I actually do have that full set already. It just incidentally going through the game. That's how common that crap is. Let's go ahead and bash all them. Let's see. One unique magic... Okay, unique magic find cap is about 250. Yeah, but it's based on diminishing returns. You need like 1,000 something magic find to get up close to the caps. I actually have it on a graph that I look at. I think it's... Let me check what the exact numbers are. Because I actually have it on my Magic Find chart. It is 250 for unique, 500 for set, and 600 for rare are the caps, and it's diminishing returns up to those points. You think they made Merc AI dumber and Mob AI smarter? I think they are both dumb as rocks. It's just I am also dumb as rocks sometimes. Come running after me, dare ya. Hey, there's our waypoint. And who needs a molten boulder when you can chop stuff in the face? Would I strongly recommend the Fire Druid? Oh, you say you strongly recommend the Fire Druid, but is the Wolf Druid actually good? I actually recommend the Fire Druid only in normal. I don't recommend it in Hell difficulty. Someone is selling a Jaw Rune on eBay for $200. I wouldn't be surprised. Trust me, with the amounts that they're offering for these secondhand sites, I would not be surprised. Like the ad amounts that they're offering for it, even to small streamers and stuff. $200 wouldn't surprise me.
Hello.
But Wolf Druid is actually fairly good, yes. Let's see. I can tell you exactly how much you need to go. So you're wanting the difference between you get 250. Sorry, I'm just trying to read the question real quick. Double uniques after 250. Okay, at 250% Magic Find. I have to scroll all the way down to that. At 250% Magic Find, you have 125% Unique Find. To get up to... well, you will never reach 250. But to go from 125% to 200%, you have to go from 250% Magic Find to 1,000 to get to 200% Unique Find. Let's see. You got an Eth Thresher in Act 2 Hell. Will Larzac socket to 5 sockets? It should be to 5 sockets. If you're questioning it, look at Ariat Summit and look at the maximum number of sockets on the item. Do I recommend the Fire Trap Assassin in Nightmare? For the first half of Nightmare, it's fine. I don't know the peak. I think Thresher is 5 socket cap, but don't quote me on it. It will add max sockets as long as it's high enough item level. But Threshers are going to be the proper item level once you've fixed them. By the way, you can actually get item level 1 on different items. You can force it to that way if you have a cracked item. I'm not into barbs, but people usually say they are hard to carry without some gear. Got half of IK set so far. If you've got the hammer, you're fine. The only really important thing on a barbarian is the freaking whatchamacallit. The only important thing on the barbarian is the weapon, basically. The rest of it is just like other equipment on a sorceress. If you have a good weapon, you're going to be doing good damage. If you have other good stuff, you're going to be surviving better. Yeah, by eye level. So, for example, if I got, say, let's find something that would be a good example. Like if I got a white spear in normal, in most places it'd be like 3 sockets. If I got it from, say, Hell difficulty, it'd be 6 sockets. Thresher is 5, Giant Thresher is 6. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the lookup, Matt. I think Crystal Sword from Normal Act 2 will... Crystal Sword from Normal Act 2 will not get you 4 sockets unless you get it from very specific enemies. It has to be a level 26 enemy to get 4 sockets. Which is possible in normal Act 2, but it's very specific case. With the hammer, you have to wait until level 76. Before that, you use the rib cracker. Rib crackers are amazing weapons. If you get a rib cracker, save it. If you plan on making a druid or a barbarian. They're both amazing, amazing weapons. Your level 80 source is running 203%. Magic find that's stupid. Can't find anything in Nightmare other than Eisenhart's gear. Well, Eisenhart's... The reason why you're finding Eisenhart's armor specifically... The other ones have a similar problem except for the shield. The reason why you're finding Eisenhart specifically is because breastplates are on so many of the item tables. They're one of the most common things to drop in the entire game. That's one reason why I'll often make a duress in a breastplate or an exceptional or elite version of it. Usually an exceptional version for strength rec. Let's see. Yeah, fire in general, the only ones that can really carry fire into hell. Sorceress can carry it into hell. Druid can, but it's not that good. Same for Assassin's even worse off with it.
Yes.
But yeah.
The fate of all cities. Not enough mana.
Let's go ahead and drop that on you. Can you not run away from my stuff? Eat my balls. There you go. And this place is good leveling up, by the way. Just a sec. Ow. I got distracted by chat. No! Die, you fools. What's the most realistic way for you to farm Jaw Bear on Battle.net? Travancore probably would be your best bet. Second would probably be Chaos Sanctuary. Third would be Cows. The only downside of upgraded Ribcracker, by the way, is that it is slower than non-upgraded. Because it goes from a -10 weapon to a 0. Do I find myself using Static Field at all by endgame? With plus skills, you don't have to get as close as you think. With plus skills, you can usually get outside of their melee range pretty easily. To about Nova range, if you have enough plus skills. If you have a lot of plus skills, you can reach even further than that. But Lower Cuirass is only really good. Lower Cuirass is a weird one online. First of all, let's go ahead and get some more vitality. Second of all, we'll get one of those. But yeah, I'm going to be doing Molten Boulder and Fissure, so yeah. We'll probably dump into Volcano for synergies. But yeah, Static Field, I use it against bosses usually. But yes, I do use it endgame. I use 1 point wonder though. Hell bosses, it'll take them down to 50%. So a Magic Find build that hits 1700% Magic Find. Yeah. Oh. I think I know who you're talking about. But yes, it's kind of pointless to go that high in Magic Find though. I've only found Jaw 2 times, both times from Trav dudes. Yeah, Travancore is a good one for it. I will rescue you in a second, Kane. I am reading chat. They are more important to me than you. And they are dropping all the rejuvenation potions. There we go. Get rid of that. There we go. I think we got most of the XP that we're going to get from here. We could go kill Mr. Happy. Which I might do that real quick. Hey, Grizzy. Grizzy, Izzy, Wuzzy. And yes, I'm using a skill that I normally don't use with this character. Normally, I'm not a big Molten Boulder fan. But I feel like using it right now, so we're going to play Bowling Ball. And I really wish fire skills didn't all have cooldowns, but it's fine. There we go. We got basically half a level from just killing those. Hellforge is in River of Flame. It's going to be... I can explain it actually real quick if we can get back to town where I'm semi-safe. I'll explain it real quick. How that actually forms. You've eaten an entire box of Frosted Flakes. Man, Frosted Flakes actually do sound kind of good. Whoa, what was that? I don't know what that was. Hi, Kane. How you doing? Well, basically, River of Flame forms in... You see the direction I'm moving my mouse? It forms in that direction. So you'll actually keep going that way, and you'll find the waypoint at the very end of it. And as far as the smith or the Hellforge or whatever you want to call it, it's always going to be at a right angle to that. So it's always going to be either... It's going to be facing this direction. So you want to follow the ones that go that direction. Yes, they do. Let's go ahead and approve that. It's not super appropriate, but we're approving it anyway. Why? Because we can. It's my channel. I do what I want. Wait a minute, guys. Are we going to be login queued again against next patch? Probably. Molten Boulder must be great in tight spaces. So yeah, the bugs in Act 2 are the main reason I'm getting it. If only you had a viable build, you'd go for that, no doubt. It would be hilarious. And you can beat hell with it, it's just not efficient. Oh. Send some Frosted Flakes through the internet, please. Got Storm Shield. Oh, nice. Personally, for me, Fury Druids, I usually go two-handers, but that actually probably will boost your survivability for a while, getting Storm Shield.
Good evening.
And did she give me a... It goes away. It puts the ring in the bucket. But yeah, I usually go two-handers. Obedience, Oath are both kind of nice ones. Trying to think what other ones would be kind of good for it, as far as like affordable ones. If we have a login queue, you're going back to single player. I'll probably still finish out the 7 online, and I have a feeling that the login queue is temporary. Because we've been having server issues. And I have my theories as to what the massive load in a specific time zone is. I think you guys might be able to guess what I'm thinking that is. But yeah, I have a feeling it's not necessarily legitimate players. Just a hunch. Is there anything better than Ribcracker for Fury? Yes. The Elite... I'm trying to remember the name of that Elite polearm. I have a few of them. I would 100% freaking download a box of cereal. I'd also download a car, damn it. Oh, the waypoint was right here. Sweet. Possibly. I would 100% suspect that they are. Saw someone buying Sugar Smacks the other day. Didn't know they still made that. Ooh. My weird, like, I am craving cereal thing. Besides, like, if I'm just wanting, like, normal cereal, I'll go, like, Honey Nut Oreos or something like that. But, not Oreos. Cheerios. Wow, Honey Nut Oreos. That would be horrifying. But, yeah, Honey Nut Cheerios is kind of like my go-to basic one. But if I'm going, like, I want sweet cereal, Corn Pops. Just straight up Corn Pops. You sort of can download food. Yeah, I guess you're right. But I'd rather download it for free. Download me a pizza right now. I still haven't ordered pizza. I need to do that. I need to just shell out the like $15, get a cheap ass pizza, put my Tabasco sauce on it because that still sounds good. Sorry, I like Tabasco sauce. Bite me. Yeah, bots can make tons of server calls very fast. Some ways could crash servers, at least use too big time. Probably a derivative that they spent a couple weeks to figure out. Yeah, Tomb Reaver Cryptic is the one I was thinking of. But yeah, it's... Their explanation does make sense for the behavior, so... And I know this isn't the right spot, but there's crypts in here, and there's a boss behind me. So I thought that was a boss. Nope, it's just a rando. Oh, there's the boss. Through the doorway, yeah! Oh, he decided he didn't want to go in the doorway. That's fine. Chala's pretty good. I don't mind. I don't mind that. Or is it Kahlua? It's the CH one. I know which one you're talking about. It's pretty good. I actually prefer Tabasco though. I like the vinegary burn on it, at least on pizza. As far as like on like tacos and stuff like that, 100% Cholula. So, let's see. You have an ethereal rib cracker. Rib cracker would be pretty insane if it had close to 300% ED. One of these days I'll have to like try out an ethereal rib cracker. I have a couple of them. Haven't bothered identifying them though. And they're just sitting in Go Mule doing whatever. Can't wait for oh no. I'm not gonna repeat that one, but anyway. But yeah, honestly, yeah. Most of that's just to make money for people. It's the main reason they do those things. There were literally farms of people farming for money when D2 was relatively new. Tapatio is pretty good as well. If you're looking for something a little less spicy, if you happen to get the Chipotle Tabasco sauce, it's actually pretty tasty as well. Can I thread it? Yeah, I can thread it through the door.
Not enough mana.
Come on, all you little buggers. There you go. If I can get it through the door, good things happen. Everything explodes. Oh, you got an Arax today? Awesome find. And yeah, people do farm in any game. There's a profit motive in this, though. But yeah, there's already people running stuff like that in-game. In case anyone's curious. And yes, I am intentionally stopping to kill the bosses, simply because, well, I need the XP. And I just drank 2 potions, so I better be casting like a madman. Rawr! Let's grab that. Frank's is pretty good too, yeah. And Slap Your Mama is pretty good too. Yeah. You don't need map hack in this game. Most of the layouts are fairly predictable. Some of them aren't, but most of them are. And most of the good farming spots are honestly not even needed teleport. Well, I think we found maybe a temporary lure. I don't know. I don't necessarily think I want to waste an Orton soul on that, though. But hey, we got some ravens. That's so Raven! Let's go ahead and get rid of these little buggers. So glad she's not immune to fire in this difficulty, but anyway. Yesterday you got lightsaber and a 70 all res tiara in the same game. 70 to all res tiara. The unique one? Kira's Guardian or something like that. It's good, it's just not best in slot for anything. Get those ravens and poke everyone's eyes out. I mean, we can actually put them on the hotkey at least. And I keep forgetting I need to summon this dingleberry. Boop. He's immune to poison and nightmare. No idea why, he just is. There we go. Now we got birds. And fire and all that fun jazz. Okay, so where is she hiding? She should be right there. Yep. Hi, how you doing? Suck it. Oh, you're fire enchanted, huh? It's not gonna work out for me. Rollin Neff. That's actually a really high drop for her. Once you get used to map tiles and how they work, map hack, it's not entirely useless, but it's not useful enough to actually want to, like, risk your account for. Because, I mean, it's fairly straightforward how they're formed. Lobby Summoner Druid is kind of fun to carry Tristram runs or Tomb runs, yeah. No, there isn't really a situation where Circlet gets more or better mods. It's just one of those situations where, this is for gambling, by the way, for those of you who are just listening rather than watching. Circlets are, they're able to get the same modifiers. So if you're higher level, a circlet and a coronet or tiara are going to be the same thing. Diadems, whatever. Diadem is the base one that upgrades to coronet and tiara. But they get the same kind of mods. The only reason not to go for coronets is if you have... I think they are priced differently, if I remember correctly. I think coronets are higher. But I could be wrong. I could be remembering wrong. Let's see. Summoner build or elemental. This is the elemental. And so far we've been doing okay. We've been getting supplies. We've been getting stuff set up. I could transfer in set items if I wanted to, but I don't really care enough to. I don't need them at this point. I need to be careful. I'm going to put that there, so I don't accidentally put something in that. I'm saving... I have a mule with like 5 different sets of armors on it, so I don't have to ever go like hunting for armors. You've done about 80 Pindle Ith Shank runs. Got nothing great. Few things worth a lem, maybe. Oh, well, that's some runes. Yeah. As far as gambling, Circlet will always be a Circlet. Its diadem will upgrade to Tiara and Coronet. Randomly. Basically, the diadem will do the upgrade cycle. As far as what it is in the game files, I don't remember. Doesn't really matter that much. So let's go ahead. We don't need more points in that stuff. Since I'm going Fissure and Molten Boulder, these are the 2 I'm going to be using. I'm going to go ahead and just keep pumping Molten Boulder. I probably shouldn't, but I'm gonna. Just because I want to see if I can actually make it semi-useful or semi-fun for me. You gonna farm a Spirit Sword while alive? I don't need to. We actually have 2 Spirit Swords and 2 Spirit Shields now. They are their own dedicated page on Ariat Summit. Go to Elite. Go to the item page, and it's going to be kind of like with the... Like, I'm trying to remember what to call it. It's going to be its own thing. There you go. It's going to be near the top of the item list page where it shows like normal, exceptional, elite, link. I think circlets can have up to 2 sockets while diadems and tiaras can have up to 3. I think you might be right on that one. Not that it matters too much, but it's there. Don't ya know, gosh golly gee willikers. And these are our better spirits, by the way. Oh, we got big boys. We got big boys, and if it can't knock them back, it explodes. So, if you see one of these big boys in the middle of there, aim for him and he'll blow up everything around him. Just as a little word of advice if you're actually curious about that kind of stuff. If it fails to knock back, it counts it as hitting a solid object, and it just explodes. Whereas these things, it's not going to really do too much to. It's just going to shove them back, and they'll get whacked in the face. Coronet gets to. Barbarian doesn't farm cows very fast. Gonna mix it up with more Trav Ancient Tunnel runs. Can you guys stop attacking my spirit while I'm reading chat? Is wealth worth the runes in making? Personally, for me, no. But it's not terrible armor. If you're gonna be doing gold finding, it becomes a little bit more valuable because then you'll have your magic find and your gold find set up just kind of like in one thing. You just transfer it onto your gold finder and your set. But I don't do a lot of gold finding. I find I get plenty of gold as is. So it has very little value to me. So yeah, they are not dying in one boulder anymore. You butt nugs. Leave my spirit alone. Is this actually... I think this does get... Yeah, it gets a bonus from Molten Boulder. Sorceress and Necromancer are really good for farming cows. So's Javazon. Baby Cthulhu looks cute. Yeah, they look a little bit better. Also, they still have the weird graphical glitch with the summons. In Diablo 2 Resurrected, there's a little glitch, like, with some of the summons, you'll sometimes see, like, a streak of light come off of them. Yeah, it's a bug. Did I really just... Yeah, I cast it into nothing. And no, I'm not going through normal with a Raven Druid. Although we could do that. Travancore is a good farming spot. Pindle's okay. He's a little bit overhyped, but he's okay. He's easy is why he's overhyped, by the way. Helltrav is especially nice because it's whenever you first start really being able to consistently get rainbow facets. And rainbow facets are nice. We're doing pretty good as far as our, like, kind of just chilling through this. Can I play a non-expansion character? I believe so. It's one of the options whenever you're creating, but you end up with a very tiny stash. Travancore is one of the few places you'll see people consistently equip dwarf stars, too. It's one of the few really good uses of that. There's some PvP uses and a few other locations you can use it on, but that's the big one. Hey, boom. Die, you fool. Not anymore, not online. They're going to be patching it out as single player, the minus resist thing. Max out resists are not enough. You need absorb and all the good stuff. You need 95% resist all. I'm kidding, but it is possible. Rainbow facets are fantastic. Getting what you want is finding that pot of gold after the... Yeah, finding the right rainbow facet is a pain in the ass. But rainbow facets are still nice. Open the door! Hold the door!
I need money.
Here you go. Go after him. There they are. Nice big group of enemies just kind of like charging towards me. I can drop my balls at them and be perfectly happy. Well, low is a high rune. You're reading a Magic Find post that said just farm Nightmare Mephisto to get your hell gear. So you went down there first run, got 37 Magic Find War Travs. Nice. But yeah, Nightmare Mephisto is actually a good farming spot. He can drop a lot of really good things. People think, oh, it's Nightmare. It must not be able to drop that many things. Just because it can't drop every item in the game does not make it bad. So I think there is not another one. Okay, that's fine. So let's see, is it any good? Summon Spirit Wolf. I'd actually rather have that than what we have right now. So let's go ahead and go F4, F3. There we go. 2 wolves. Just 2 warm bodies to kind of slow things down and keep them from hitting me. And we've already got a fire immune. Sweet. Yeah, low is a high rune. Let's see. You have some absorbs. You haven't calculated that. Yeah, absorb comes a little bit later. I have a whole video about that kind of stuff. Found a sword Frostwind Cryptic. Its affix does freezes target +4. That means, yeah, it'll freeze the target. Freeze duration is reduced in Nightmare in Hell difficulty. Ouch! Son of a nuggets. And I can't seem to get it through the door. There we go. Please. Damn it. Well, we got it to kill one of them. Well, we killed him. Not in the most graceful way ever, but we killed them. This druid is softcore, so I don't need to be like super worried about anything. It's just I don't like dying, but I don't play hardcore online. I will say that every single time it's asked. I don't play hardcore online. My worst enemy, even more so than Gloams, is lag. So. Boom, 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 and last boom. And a level up off of that. Nice. Pressing I. There we go. Do we go with it? No. We're not going to mess with that. Let's see. What's an Nihilus? It is a unique charm gotten from killing Uber Diablo. Or Pandemonium Diablo, whatever the frick his name is. The Big Diablo. And yes, the mana cost of this is going to keep going up. Currently level 11. We're not going to be able to use Leaf until level 19. Would I bother doing a second insight in an elite weapon for higher levels? Your mercenary is still wearing it on a partisan. You think it's lacking damage? I mean, the partisan will last all the way through hell, but it's nice. I usually will roll a second of the cheap rune words like spirits. I'll roll a second insight. I'll roll that kind of stuff. That way I can strip the runes out of the weaker one of the two and put them and just remake it in the same base. So I'll have like a low level one and a high level one sometimes, just kind of floating around until I can start making two high level ones. Because usually on those kind of things, I'm looking for the stats, not the base. Even with insight. As long as I can bug my mercenary, I don't care what the base is on that. He is not being friendly. There you go. Eat that. You son of a bucket. I'm stuck on that phrase today.
I need mana.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. Found 313 poison damage over 11-second SC today. I need to do a poison video, speaking of that, oddly enough. It has to do with a website, Justin. It's a specific website where they use off-platform money to trade for stuff. Right now seems like a terrible time to be playing hardcore. Yeah, I'd probably... I wait at least a month after ladder resets if I'm actually going to ever try it online, and even then I usually don't trust the servers, even on the old one, to stay up long enough while it's in hardcore mode. We're doing an Elementalist. We are starting with Fire in Normal, and then we're going to be going Wind in Nightmare in Hell. Bugging the mercenary makes it so that the enemies cannot target them as easily. If we don't buy... Didn't we buy Lord of Destruction with better graphics and some quality of life? Oh, no. They removed e-bug because it's a bug. And honestly, it doesn't make as big of a difference as some people are going to make it out to be. Yes, it is a major defense difference, but... and yes, it is actually in the range of actually being an amount that matters, but once you're high enough level, it's not that big of a deal. So the question is, do I bother wandering around in here and getting experience, or do I just keep running straight for Andariel? I think I might just run straight for Andariel. Levels would be nice, but not necessary. So let's go down here and actually go the way we're supposed to then. Oh, that's not the way we're supposed to. It's going to be a convoluted one. Thanks, game. Let's see, you just did Ancient Tunnels in Hell while your weapons were swapped. You dropped from 213 to 103. You still had a chance, though. And yes, that is against the terms of service. That's why I don't say the name of it very often. Thing is, my mercenaries are having a hard time sustaining himself via life leech, even though he is decent helmet armor. Honestly, I would bug him. I seriously would try to use the mercenary bug and bug him. You can bug any type of mercenary, by the way. The other ones have to be here in the jail. But it's still not that bad. And yeah, I knew that one was going to hit the door as soon as I launched it. And that was the summon glitch, by the way, if you guys didn't notice. That huge flash there. Sorry for anyone with epilepsy. I did not know it was coming. Fanaticism is a great skill. Do you have a smiter build video? No, I do not. But yes, fanaticism for the smiter is pretty much it. Generally speaking, I'll either build my zealot on a Hammerden, and not my zealot, my smiter on a Hammerden, and have it have 1 point in fanaticism and the rest in concentration and all the synergies for Blessed Hammer. Or I'll build it on a zealot, which is just automatically going to have full on, just straight up max fanaticism. Let's see. Levels are not necessary? What? In what context? Oh yeah, in chance to hit, level determines your chance to hit. You have level, attack rating, and defense. Your level, enemy level. But no, defensive levels are not going to be that important. And yes, we actually got a convoluted floor anyway, so we're going to have to go the long way through. Normally in jail, you just go straight out from where you came in, and it's the exit. And yes, E-Bug is gone.
Not enough mana.
He was too damn cheap to go get the E-Bug mercenary armor. So stuck with normal fortitude armor and stuff. Ah. I mean, you can still get some pretty ridiculously high defense things. It's not going to be impossible to get them. Yeah, we're building Elemental. Mostly just chatting. I've spent way too long in Act 1. We've been in Act 1 for about an hour. Just kind of like meandering about chatting. Because that's what streams are fun for, dang it. It's the main reason I stream. What? Let's see, load those up, drink that. Blow up the door. Ow. You bastards, eat that. So let's... Oh, I can't... Oh, yeah. I was about to say, it might go through, but no. We didn't actually open the door. But yeah, we're starting out Fire Elemental, and then we're going Wind. As far as the Summoner, that's going to be something else. That'll probably be single player if we do it. I think I might just say... pay for the recording, and I'll do the Summoner from scratch. Because, frankly, it's going to be one of those ones that's going to take, like, a long time to go through. It'd probably take about 7 sessions, if I had to guess. Because of how I go through, which is just kind of, like, chill, just chatting with everybody, kind of like how I used to play the game. There we go. Let's go ahead and drink that. Healing, healing, mana, punch. Our way out is going to be down here, probably. Maybe. Let's go this way first. Because we might... Yeah, we have a door. Because we're not getting normal layouts here. It's proving to be a little bit frustrating. There we go. Oh, from start till now? We went into Firestorm until level 6, and then we've been dumping into Molten Boulder ever since, because I want to play around with Molten Boulder. You're going to have one hell of a poop, by the way, for eating an entire box of Frosted Flakes. Druid Summoner is a little bit painful to play, but if we have access to our endgame gear, which I will in single player, I'll be able to make it viable. Slow, but viable. And actually, we could use a tier rune right now that I'm thinking about it. And yes, we are under-leveled. We're only a level 11. You just killed Diablo and normal, got Mage Fist? Nice. It's one of those uniques that I'll keep at least one of. For good reason. I see our exit. It's just a matter of getting our ass over there. And hopefully not running into anything too painful. Well, yeah, poison. Well, we're talking about Summoner through Hell. So, Summoner through Hell is going to be a pain. The only things you go ham on anymore is Diablo 2, is first character on ladder reset, and your low-level dual tunes. Cool. But yeah, I like playing chill. Chill is just more fun for me. You got an L rune. Hey, I actually could use more L runes. Let's go ahead and get a level 10. Hi, Heather. How you doing, Heather? Most generic sounding mercenary ever. Heather. I bought that before thinking about it because I forgot we had the rare. Screw it. I need more belt slots because we're going through mana too much. Elrune is like one of the hardest runes for me to find, by the way. We have 2 of them. For some reason, I just have terrible luck finding L runes. They're supposed to be the most common, but they're really not for me. Probably because of where I farm, but still. I don't farm normal very much. Mage Fist would even be good for this build, by the way. Not too much is going on. We're just going through normal JS. Nah. I don't take gear from the community because I have plenty of gear in single player. So if I want to do something weird and stupid, I can do it there. Whereas online, I'm just kind of going through. It's more like, if you guys need something and I have it, I can share it. There are some things that I will keep, like the low rune, because I need it for something I need later, but still. How many tier runes do I have? I think I have some spares, so I should have 4 in here. I have 3. No, I'm not going to waste them. I need to save those.
Good to see you.
Sell that before I get tempted again. But thank you for the offer, by the way. I'd rather you guys have fun with the stuff you got. Sell it if you need to. Let's see. Inner Cloister again. Yeah, I could imbue it with Charcy's Quest reward. I'm actually saving them, and I'm going to do 21 circlet / coronet imbues. I'm already starting to build up my 21 of those. And now we actually have the good one. Ba-da-da-da. Didn't mean to close the door there, but that's fine. Fissure. The actual good early skill. That just murders everything. It costs an arm and a leg to cast, but it's so good. You only tomb to 20, you hate tombs, then you make one of your friends carry you to cows to 25. Ah. Personally, I just get to 25 naturally just going through the game. You'd like to get to know every item for testing by importing to single player, but you're not letting yourself do that so you can enjoy the game more slowly on Battle.net. Well, I already have every item in single player. I've just been transferring it over from classic to this. Slowly but surely just sorting out all the garbage that I don't want to keep, reducing it down to just 2 of each item, that kind of stuff. So I don't have a million mules. Definitely wanted to back off of that, because that could have hurt a lot more. Yes, so we are going Wind Druid and Nightmare.
I sense it. The supernatural is strong here.
But we're starting out with fire. And the AoE on Fissure is actually not that bad. And now we do probably want to start killing some things.
I need mana.
Oh, the dog lured it away. That's why it wasn't staying down there. Sweet. You're dead, sir. I have another. You have to do the same thing and sort through it. You have a Telly amulet that you're using for now, but too expensive to replenish charges all the time. Telly staffs are kind of cheaper usually. But yeah, the penalty before you hit 25 is pretty large. Wow, they're really going after those rat men. I'm not super impressed by dogos, but dogos work. They're a distraction. Yeah, the Ort formula can work pretty well too. But if you're doing a lot of runs, that's going to run through a lot of Orts very quickly. You have an 83 Windy on live. They're a lot of fun. I am actually debating whether I want to do a summoner in this right now because that glitch is throwing me off something awful. The visual glitch. Jeesh. I could not wait until we can start using a insight. But we're not going to start using that until like late normal, early nightmare, so I'm not even going to bother transferring it off of her. His favorite character is also the Druid, by the way. So it makes sense that he's a little bit faster with the Druid than most people. Yeah, Naj's Puzzler is pretty nice. Yeah, it does. It's the set staff. I forget what the base staff is, but yeah. If you ever see a green staff, it's either that or Cathin's. If you watch the dogs every now and then when they resummon, here, burn through some mana potions real quick. Well, now it's not going to do it. But basically, the dogs will sometimes get this weird flash of light and it'll just draw lines off camera. Especially whenever they die or get resummoned. And it's a really annoying flash of light. When rolling insight, I mean, you can argue that one is going to be a lot better than another. But generally it's just the level of meditation. But even just like the worst you can get from it is still good enough. Just a matter of like min-maxing. We are getting hitches. Just making me concerned that it's going to crash again. Hit him with the vents. There you go. There was one. Whenever that dog died, it did a flash. Or Arcanas. There we go. That's the other one. Gnarled Staff? Possibly. Summoner Druid is worse than Summoner Necro by like a decent margin. He requires way better gear to actually make passable, so... You now have a helmet. I don't see any bows on the ground, so I'm not going to worry about that. I want to find the waypoint before we go down the stairs or anything. Yeah, Summon Druid is very, very slow. Necromancer gets more minions and everything. And you also get curses. Whereas the Druid kind of has to horse around a little bit. This is the stairs. No! I still prefer Bone Necro over Summon Necro just for play style. It's not super active, but it's a little bit more active. It's like the nice balance between active and just kind of horsing around. And yes, I did put up the town portal on purpose, so I can actually get back there quickly. There's our level up. Let's go with more vitality, more fissure. Fissure's going to be the first one we max, by the way. And yes, Act 2 mercenaries are still gods. Hey, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Acrid. A.K. Ryder Colton. For some reason, I was reading that as Acrid this entire time. I was like, almost like mentally putting it with Dan Aykroyd. Sorry. Do you mind if you ask? Yeah, I don't mind. As long as people aren't ripping each other off, we're fine. For the most part, people who've come through have been pretty good. I don't want any of the items, but you guys are welcome to trade. It's just I don't endorse any trades, and I don't endorse any individuals for being honest with their trades. So if you get screwed over, it's not my fault. If you get scammed, it's your own fault. Is there a reason to try any other mercenaries? Yes, they can all be good, except for the Act 3 mercenaries, which require basically selling your firstborn to make even remotely decent. Wonder if Nightmare or Hell Countess? Not a reasonable chance. Countess is not going to be a reasonable chance to drop anything really above, like, maybe an on any difficulty. Because the bell curve peaks at Tal and goes off from there. Yeah, they could make Act 5 mercenaries. They could make well, 4 of the mercenaries better. Act 1 mercenaries could be better if they had access to, say, like, multi-shot or strafe or something like that. Act 3 mercenaries could be better if they just gave them fucking masteries. Pardon my French, but that still pisses me off that the Act 3 mercenary is a mage without any masteries. And then you have Act 5 mercenaries could be better with either shouts or give them dual wielding and frenzy. Faith Act 1 mercenary is pretty nice. I still prefer an Act 2 might with the concentration one. Yeah, chances, because the bell curve on the Countess, it's at Tal for, the top of it is Tal rune, every difficulty, and it just kind of curves off from there. Faith Mercenary is a mercenary that uses the Faith rune word bow, which is extremely nice. Hey, introduce your son to online gaming. Hopefully he did not get scammed, because that would be sadness. So we have our first actual transferred on piece of gear now. Or should you focus your play if you hope for a Lem rune to drop then? Council or Chaos Sanctuary would be my first go-tos. In Nightmare, though, I think Nightmare Cows can drop them, but I'm not certain. I forget if the Council's high enough level to drop Lemon Nightmare. Ideas for seasons, if they want to implement adding things for a season, that would be cool. Yeah, just season-specific ones. Although I don't see them limiting items to specific seasons. I could see them making challenges seasonal. I would love if they made, like, the seasonal challenges tied to the red portals in Act 5 or something. Make a specific item drop where you'd summon a portal to, like, a specific kind of, like, event area for that season. You only played with the guild. That's usually a good idea for kids. That way you can at least control kind of, like, how weird the people are you meet. Forge Quest would be a really good source for it. Although I almost always get runes. It irritates the snot out of me. Let's actually go up to Rogue Encampment. And go through the portal that we opened. Lemon Nightmare. So whenever you have way too many lemon heads at once... Lemon Nightmare. It's whenever you have too many sugar-free lemon heads at once. Is that actually it there? I don't think so. I don't think that's the stairs. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go down, though. And no, I'm not picking up targes. We have plenty of things for the Paladin. The Paladin is actually probably the most well-equipped of the options I had, but I felt like playing something else. Seasonal mix-up abilities on higher, so change auras of the Act 2 guys, add fanaticism or conviction, for example. I think it'd be interesting if they did that on ladder only. I don't think switching them up regularly for non-ladder would go over very well. You always get co-runes? I could use co-runes, but no. I currently have 2 runes kind of just chilling that I'm going to be using on probably... It's either going to end up in a duress or it's going to end up in a bone. If I get a third one, it kind of like helps my decision. It might end up in a crescent moon if I get really desperate on the Paladin. I'm hoping to get the stuff for a grief before I need to resort to that. Because I already have the low rune. I'm already set on that. So we have like the hard part out of the way of the grief. Gold dagger on Andy's death. Hopefully. Doubtful, but hopefully. I don't think we actually have any magic fights, so chances are we won't. But you never know. Oh, we need mana, because I am just not... There we go. Grab that. Drink a little bit more. Revive you. Drop that on Andariel. And you can see them dying. It just does a giant flash on the screen. Come through my fire, Andariel. Your poison is actually killing me faster than the other stuff. Oh, she died. Sweet. Small charm, chain boots, grand charm. I mean, we'll sell the rest of this stuff. There we go. And Andariel's dead. And yes, I just cast a town portal like an idiot. My town portal's on the other town portal. Do I want to resurrect Heather? Sure. Oh, I don't have enough gold? Fine.
Yes.
Identify. We'll resurrect her over here. I mean, we got some lightning resist boots. I'm not offended by that. Honestly, I should just come back with my sorceress and farm Andariel and normal for a while and get a gold dagger.
Greetings, Honor.
I didn't almost die. I was just poisoned. You always thought that Diablo 2 Battle.net trading is the best place for kids to learn real-life hard knock experience. It's safe, but those scams and tricks and rip-offs get the point across real good. I mean, yeah.
I know much.
I'd rather just warn them about it and say, hey, you could lose everything. You could lose everything! Don't do it! No. But yeah, there's plenty of people trying to scam everybody. We'll keep that for some resist. Those are going to go away. Do we want this? Nope, it has knockback. We don't like knockback here. We still have just white belts sitting around. Cute. Not even magic. We're too low level. And these are level 13 requirements. So we are almost at stealth level, are we not? Oh, we're only level 13. Oops. Player characters will only go down to 1 life. When poisoned, if they get poisoned again while at 1 life, they'll die.
Who goes there?
So as far as him, we're going to actually get a prayer mercenary. Haseen. He has seen things. But if you're at 1 life, it will kill you. So, like, if you get poisoned from her and then you get poisoned again, you'll die. Do we want to use her Death Spade? Or do we want to keep using this? I think I want to keep using this. Although this is more damage. Fine, we'll use this.
I'll put that to good use.
Let's see. As far as weapons go, Sure. I'm not going to actually put Itheleth in there,
I'll
though.
put that to good use.
I think we're good. Hey, Mocha, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. You need to be like a level 11 or so to guarantee you get Gold Dagger, because Gold Dagger's Q level, I believe, is 8. Yeah, poison will kill a mercenary. Yeah, I already have 2 spirits. I actually have one in a crystal sword waiting for this guy. I have a broadsword one on the sorceress. Broadsword is the easiest one to get it on. So I do 100% recommend the broadsword. Yeah, hopefully you are well, Mocha. I'm sad that I missed Riss's stream of... Oh crap, I just forgot the name of it. Muse Dash. Because I was actually looking forward to watching him play that, because I know that's his favorite game. At least favorite game in recent history. But yes, it always does. I think I'm missing part of the conversation. You're waiting for your shift to end. I am sorry. I'm going to switch this to live chat. Make sure that I'm not missing anything. I don't think I am. I guess apparently I was. Sorry if I missed messages. For some reason it switched me back to top chat. There we go. Goal is Q level 6. Okay. Yeah, I knew it was like 8 or 6 or something like that. Let's go and get some dogs. Not enough mana. We have plenty of mana. We even have mana potions over here. Don't tell me you don't have mana. Mananana. Is there hell farming with little lightning immune? I mean, cows. But there's still going to be a few lightning immune there. But honestly, if I was going to be farming with lightning and I didn't have infinity or lower resist, I'd be looking at Act 5. But you also have... I'm going to go ahead and just drop that on those guys. The pit can spawn lightning immunes, but it's not super common. Yeah, Riss streamed a bit of Muse Dash. I was looking forward to watching it. I have it like saved on like my queue of things to watch. I just haven't gotten around to it because I've been a little busy trying to make videos. Let's see. Is there a difference in drops if you kill the Countess or your mercenary? No. Although it is worth noting if your mercenary has Magic Find, it's added to yours. So whenever he kills it, you actually get more Magic Find on her. But no. There isn't really a difference. Let's see. Best character for farming Diablo? Hammerden is pretty good. I actually farm him on a Zealot usually nowadays. But I have a very, very, very well-developed Zealot that can just pretty much go anywhere that he wants. He doesn't even worry about gloams, really. But, yeah. Hammerden is usually pretty solid for Diablo farming. Necromancer can do it pretty well. For killing counters for runes, Magic Find doesn't make any difference. Yes, that is correct. Because Magic Find does not influence rune drops. In fact, Magic Find doesn't influence a lot of drops. Because pretty much the only time that Magic Find comes into it is whenever you drop something that can be rare. Or anything like that. Well, magic. I think I already heard him say we live again once. So the fact that he said it again is fine. We are not getting any of the vents hitting him. There they go. Bye, doggo. And there goes our mercenary. He's gonna die. That works. And we'll take the gold from here. I don't care about the scroll.
Return to dust.
Let's see. Javazon's not bad for farming Diablo. I'm not a huge fan of it, but that's because there's lightning immunes there. But Amazon is one of the best boss killers in the game. Is my Zealer a straight Zealer or a variant like Tesladin? Mine's actually just a normal Zealer. I use a Grief Sealer. I do have the gear to set him up to be a Tesladin, and it is fun, but I like having my just kind of like super tanky boy. Which is easier to do whenever you're not doing that. Do you get the XP from the mercenary follow kills? Yes.
How may I help you?
Anything any of your minions or your mercenary kills gives you experience. Anything an ally kills gets you experience. But yeah, it's fine. I run a tanky version. I also will sometimes put Gumi's face on him if I'm going to be going specifically for bosses. Smell, taste of coffee. Could die for it. I need to get some caffeine. I actually have some in the other room that I need to get. Need to make sure that... Ooh, that has slipped. No. Need to probably tape that down. But anyway. That would actually be nice to have. I'm going to go ahead and grab some gold for that. Mainly because this is basically like poor man's Holy Freeze. And it's got lightning resist on it. So that's nice. As far as mercenary... I don't mind buying stuff. We have plenty of gold. I'm going to actually grab that. Just because we look like a football player now. You haven't tried farming chaos with your barbarian? Ugh. I don't like farming... Well, I don't like farming with a barbarian to begin with, but I don't like farming that with him. But it's all you if you want to. I've always had a soft spot for Zealers and Frenzy Barbs. Something about hitting lots of enemies very fast. Yeah, I can understand that. And yes, there is a reason I am keeping that. So we want to dump this in Alzorath. Put that over there. We're going to be getting a cube fairly soon, which will be nice. And what level we get? 16 for that, 17 for the armor. Because we have it over here. We should be good. Yeah. I need to actually get the money for potions, though. Because I forgot to buy that.
How do I know it? Good evening.
Let's see. Your barb is Whirlwind. We'll probably respect his Zerker later. Whirlwind is okay. It's not great anymore. It used to be amazing. You used to be able to slap a spear on and kill everything. Found wedding band ring and ist today. Ooh, nice finds. It's a nice skill ring with some life and, well, an ist. Ists are just good. We haven't been getting good Drognin shopping setups, unfortunately. I'm going to just set that there and maybe that thing will run through it. And the flash from the wolves is definitely a lot more noticeable at night. So we've got the skill up. So I'm going to go ahead and let's go Molten Boulder because we're going to be using Fissure and Molten Boulder. Because I am determined to use the skill that I don't use very often. Normally I just spam the Fissure and just go with it. If we wanted to maximize Fissure, we would be going for Firestorm. So you would actually go max Firestorm, 1 into Molten Boulder, and the rest into Fissure. But I want to use Molten Boulder because I'm stubborn and stupid like that. Let's see. Something about Holy Freeze from Act 2 Mercenaries that most people don't know. It applies a slow state besides the freeze slow effect, so even cold immunes get slowed. Yep. It does not work on things that are chill immune, if that makes sense. Like there's a certain, the Frenzy Tours in Act 5 are immune to it. But for the most part, yeah, it works like that. And another thing is, if you're trying to break a bunch of these very quickly, use Telekinesis. Because you can spam that faster than you can kick. Just a little fun thing for the sorceresses out there. For some reason, seeing those reminded me of that. And I remember somebody asking me, is there a quick way to pop those? And I was like, not really, but as a source there is. Not that it's particularly useful, but there's a way. Yeah, it is a shame that it drops off so hard in Nightmare. Yeah, Frenzy Tours are not friendly. There's a reason why they're called Frenzy Tours and not Friendly Tours. I think there was a mod that let you play as them as a few things. We don't want to work, we want to play D2R. Well, some parts of D2R is working. So, if you're grinding, you're working, even if you're having fun doing it. I'm just going to get up here near the edge and just let them come to me. Let's see, you find out how you get most of the rare runes from corpses and stashes instead of the super chests? I mean, every drop is an opportunity to get a rune. And every rune drop is an opportunity to get a, well, whatever the highest level rune drop for the area is. For that area, you cannot get Zods. But you can still get some fairly high options. Because if I remember correctly, isn't that in the 70s still? I know that to get Zod, you have to have level 81. So, and this is where we want to be. But I want to find the waypoint so I don't get stuck just kind of having to walk all the way back out here. Because that's not a fun walk. And that's why I like the Frost Nova gloves and why I bought them.
Not enough mana.
Shove the pains in the ass back. But Diablo is home to you. Okay. Is it hot and home today? So, do we think that they're going to make the heroes from Diablo 2 and Diablo 3 villains in Diablo 4, like they did with the heroes from Diablo 1? Yeah, Druid is pretty cool, and he's also a very good. If you go with the caster, he's actually a fairly decent first character, as far as like just starting to play too. Used to be you could pick up like everything with telekinesis, but they nerfed that quick. I think you can figure out why. It couldn't possibly be because people were like just waiting off at the side and ready to telekinesis up all the drops. And we are a little bit behind on the level curve, so I am being a little bit more aggressive at killing things on purpose. I was hoping we'd get lightning beetles, but it's fine that we didn't, I guess. So let's see. Still kind of early in D2R, but you've seen a few druids in online games. They're just a solid kind of, like, they're not the best at the end game, but they're solid. And they're also fairly decent at doing Ubers, but that's a different kind of discussion. Do I go max blocks on Windy Druid? Nah. Honestly, for PvE, the only character I go max block on is the Paladin. I know that's a travesty to some people, but eh. It's not that big of a deal. You can rest today. You got an Omrune. Ah, nice. Nice. So nice. Congratulations. Watch my viewership just go like down to like half its size because I did that. Sorry, I make voices. It's okay. They're not always the best voices, but they're voices I can do. Although I've noticed for the past few months, I have not been able to do like Elmo, which is a thing, which is kind of sad. And it would make the most sense. You have a feeling if they won't mention the Diablo 3 heroes. I mean, the Diablo 3 heroes are most likely going to be mentioned because they are technically, like, outright referred to as Nephilim. We are not necessarily referred to as Nephilim here. We are heroes. So, are we Nephilim? Probably. There it is. Man, that so blends in. It's getting late. Have a good one, Sam. Sim.
Not enough mana.
As long as I don't go ASMR, it's all good. Do I need to start scratching the microphone? I don't even know what that sounds like on your end. I'm not going to do it again because it probably sounds horrible. Because my pop filter is separate from my microphone, so to get like scratchy noises, I actually have to like physically scratch on the microphone's metal. So it probably sounds absolutely atrocious. No one's getting any ASMR satisfaction out of that. I know people who are into ASMR. I personally have never actually... It doesn't do anything for me. Of course, roller coasters don't do anything for me either, but that's a different discussion. Roller coasters just like, oh, yay, I'm riding on this thing that's been tested in many, many times to make sure it's safe. You think you can make Bramble? Why would you want to do that? I'm kidding. I am kidding. Bramble is not terrible. It's just not great. It's not the first thing I would make if I had the stuff for it. Oh, you already have a call to arm? Then maybe Bramble is worth it. Unless you have like a really crappy roll on call to arms. Hi, Zombles. It just sounds like you are scratching your mic. Yeah, okay. Drop that on him. Drop that on you, because I'm more interested in killing the guys that are reviving things than necessarily the things they're reviving. Hey, it's a me wand. Let's see. That's actually going to sell for some decent money. Do I have a favorite rune word in the game? Yours is Call to Arms. Like the... Oh, you like the war cry noise. I would probably say my favorite rune word in the game. Honestly, since being convinced to use it, bone is pretty high up there. But I would say probably favorite, as in something that I enjoy just using randomly. I can't say I really have a favorite. I have like a top 10 that I could choose, but I can't pick a number one. Oh no! Sorry, Brad. Have a good evening. Hopefully your computer unfucks itself. Oh no, I've had that issue before, where the internet just kind of cuts out. We've had it while streaming before, for goodness sake. So more fissure, but yeah, we're gonna max out fissure first. I probably should have just done the traditional thing where it's max firestorm until you get 1 in boulder, max firestorm, max fissure. Yeah, the trick with the wands, orbs, and stuff like that is getting the plus skills on it. Yeah, Leaf is really nice. We need 4 more levels to use it. Hopefully we'll get that before Duriel. We are definitely a little bit under-leveled for this, but... Hey, there go the weird visual glitches again. There you go, big guy. And I will be picking up mana potions because I drink them like a crazy person. Hey, there's another L rune. Yay. One of the reasons I'm not making a freaking malice for my mercenaries because I am low on L runes. Believe it or not, I want to get up to at least 4 of them before I make another malice. Staves are pretty good too. They take up a lot of space if you get the wrong kind though. Generally, I'll pick up things like stalagmites and Joe staves later on just to get some money, but I won't pick up things like Archon staves and stuff like that, or Archon staffs, however you want to pronounce it. I think both are probably correct, because stave and staff are technically both correct, but I prefer stave to stave off the boredom. We want wind. Wind will be for Nightmare. We don't get to fart until we get to Nightmare. You have to kill Diablo at least once to earn the right. Maybe you should go to bed. I mean, if you are tired, go to bed. This will be available as a VOD as well. It is okay. Your health is more important than a stream, and I will still respond to comments on the stream. The interaction will still be there. I just won't be able to make decisions based on what you say. And yes, I am killing everything in this room because I want levels. We're technically in a bit of a bad place because we are terribly underleveled. Honor is probably your most favorite rune word, such as classic. Ah. Yeah, Honor is a classic. Summoning druids do suck. We're going to make one work, but they do suck. No one farms Duriel because he's such a good hide-and-seek champion. You literally have to do like half the act to find him. Well, a third of the act, but still. And I cannot wait until we get up to the level for meditation on the mercenary. That'll make life so much easier. I'm looking forward to having Cube as well. Rift is fun. Voice of Reason is fun. You have... Chaos is actually kind of fun, too. Now, it is worth noting, I do actually use summons on the Elemental Druid. You just get a bear. You get the bears. There, we got some vents on him. Like, why are they not... Oh, it's just not hitting him. You don't get too far. In the end, it doesn't really matter. Hooah! Wow, that was... Oh, it just like events just immediately just zeroed in on each and every one of them. That was awesome. I love that. Made a summoner druid, made an edge to try those thorns auras, and in normal it's pretty good. We'll swap it out later. The big disadvantage for that is you don't have access to amp damage very easily. Otherwise it would be great. There are sources of amp damage. Like we could actually go like with a bow druid or something like that and get an Atma's or something to actually get the amp damage proc, but... And yes, the druid summoner would be a lot stronger if you could use all the summons at once. I would 100% use them all. And yeah, I have no idea why they made it the way they did, but... You owe us all a Coke. And I am currently super poisoned, by the way. Way I know? Actually, no, I'm not super poisoned. I'm just regular poisoned and it's lasting forever. Okay. But we're going to go to town and heal it. Does Fissure suck on console? That's not good. I'd wager most of the Druid fire skills suck on console. I think the only one that'd be even like semi-reasonable would be maybe. This is a very big maybe, so don't call me maybe. But would maybe be the Molten Boulder. The rest I can't see being that good with a controller.
Greetings.
But I do want to try that martial arts thing. Someone said to try martial arts with a controller, and that feels a lot better, and I can see that. For a long time, the Necro summon tree was not that great anyway. It's stronger now, but for a while there, it was just kind of like ass. For me, the Druid always falls into that jack of all trades kind of issue where you have a character that can do everything, so they make everything weaker, so it can't really do anything well. A fun thing about Molten Boulders is the knockback is actually based on the direction you are from the enemy, not the boulder's direction. Barbarian's great with a controller. That's good to know. I can see that. Generally, I think the Amazon's going to be really fun with a controller, too. God, that's blinding. I don't know if that gets picked up on the recording as blinding as it is in real life. 75% of the time it's... Oh, that's just... I mean, unfortunately, that's about how my aim is. I will hit door frames left and right with it. Can you guys not be throwing things at my back, please? Thank you. Yeah, Amazon's Valkyries are strong. I'm going to be trying something weird eventually with the Valkyrie, not with the Amazon, but with Peace. One of these days, I'll be trying something very weird. So we've got a cube now. Probably shouldn't have teleported back even whenever we did. I feel like almost every specialization of Druid other than Wind was rushed or something. Wind used to be terrible. Back before they did the synergy upgrade. It was god-awful. The Druid in general was bad then. But... yeah. Oh, I should have put those in my belt. Fine, there we go. We're still not level 16. Nope, we're not. We're just kind of chugging along. You've noticed that one for Sorceress with the frozen armor when teleporting? Yeah, I think it's something to do with the particle effects. I need to see if the build I'm thinking of actually works before I promise to make a video on it, but... Singer Barbarians are pretty solid. I still think probably the best magic finder is still the Berserker, though, for Barbarians. There's our exit. I knew it was somewhere, but I couldn't remember where the waypoint was in relation to it. You love the Druid favorite character, but those tornadoes feel they could have done more with how they travel when cast. They meant it to be like Charge Bolt, which is a little bit frustrating. It's one reason why you'll see me use Twister a lot, too. Because Twister does the Charge Bolt thing, but it actually gives you enough bolts to actually deal with it. So I just throw that in with a bit of... There we go. Let's go and get rid of you. Hurricane, and we're good. Well, that murdered some stuff. Jeez. Is something throwing stuff at me from down there? I think I keep seeing a little sh from the bottom left, like a javelin's being chucked at me. You find so many more high runes? Well, I mean, high runes are just a matter of number of drops, so if you can kill faster, you're going to get more high runes. So whatever class you can kill fastest with is probably going to be the best for that. Reminds me, I need to try out... I need to actually do a test to see how fast farming that kind of stuff in Flayer Jungle is. Hey, light belt. That's Arctic. We got the bow earlier. So more life and more fire damage. You need to farm Travancore. Travancore is a good place to farm. It's just generally a really good place to farm. Because they have a good junk drop rates, which means you're going to get runes, you're going to get gems, you're going to get charms, you're going to get all that kind of stuff, but you can still get good items. Oh, you have item finder? Yeah, then that makes it even better. Because you can hork each of their corpses. Unlike act bosses, you can hork the corpses of the council. It's one reason why people do a lot of gold find barm there, because they'll actually kill all of them and then they'll hork them for a second chance at all the gold. One offensive aura, 7% run walk. That's not terrible. It's good enough. A skill charm is a skill charm. And run walk is never a bad thing to have. Mobility is key. And having that, the boulder in the part we have coming up is going to be kind of helpful. So I'm not going to regret it for at least the length of Maggot Layer. Yes, I am drinking while playing. You had a 0 gold find, found wedding ring in Cold Plains. Oh, you mean 0 magic find? Now you want to play Diablo 2 again? It's part of my evil plan. I also plan to do some videos comparing Diablo 2 to like other action RPGs in the isometric genre. Wander was a bad influence for me on that one. Because I was there whenever he was streaming the recording B-reel for his little video on... It's not even a little video, it's a rather big video. on alternatives to Diablo 2. So, and yeah, it's kind of inspired me to want to try more action RPGs again. And want to cover some that he couldn't get running, that I happen to know I can. Because it would be just a bit of a hassle for him to get running. Because it requires some rigging to do with minimal bugs. Like, I actually do want to do another playthrough of Nox, for example. If you guys haven't heard of Nox, Nox is the game that makes me mad that EA killed Westwood. Because I wanted a Nox too. Because every action RPG follows that same pattern, where the first one is fairly limited in scope. The second one opens up a little bit and is just a gem. And then the third one is absolute, like, just commercialized bullshit. Every action RPG seems to follow that pattern. So, I wanted Nox 2. Grim Dawn is... I prefer Grim Dawn over Titan Quest. And I know that pisses some people off. But everything I liked about Titan Quest, Grim Dawn does better. Everything I hated about Titan Quest, Grim Dawn either does the same or does better. But yeah, Nox is amazing. I don't do PvP in Nox, but if you ever want to see sweaty, twitchy gameplay, go look at Nox PvP. Holy crap. It's teleporting wizards everywhere. As far as the eye can see. And I don't think I put up a town portal near the thingamajigger, did I? Maybe. Nope. It's still in Halls of the Dead. But he said Grim Dawn was good, maps were huge, and the skill system was... The skill system does take some getting used to, but it's amazing. The map is okay. It's static, though. It has... The only thing that's variable and, like, randomized in it is the location of the pass-throughs. Yeah, it's supposed to be, not steampunk. What is the term for it? There's a specific term for it. You did Path of Exile and Torchlight? Well, Grim Dawn actually suffers from this too, where it's just a bit, it's a bit too long for its own good. Path of Exile is now a lot too long for its own good, but it used to be just a bit too long for its own good. They're great games, but it takes like 30, 40, sometimes even 50 hours, depending on which game you're talking about, to finish the game if you are going through and just kind of being not necessarily completionist, but actually exploring the world to any like reasonable detail. You can rush through any of them in under like 15, 20 hours, but it's kind of like frustrating to have to spend that long. There's a punk term for what Grim Dawn is. It's not steampunk.
Not enough money.
But I can't remember what it is.
Not enough money.
But yeah, it's kind of Lovecraftian in a sense, but I can't remember the name for it. And yes, we are just going to roll balls. Roll them balls! Ow, I'm hitting the wall now. And these guys are actually really good XP. Can we get it all the way down the hallway? Probably not. Oh, actually we did. Okay, sweet. So what I'm just looking for the stairs down. I'm not too concerned about fighting all this because I hate fighting in here, even with our balls. Victorian era. It is inspired by Victorian era stuff, but that might actually be it. Victorian punk. I don't know. Went to go farm some Travancore. 2 runs in, out pops a peasant crown. Ooh, nice. It's one of those good uniques that outclasses lore. So definitely worth kind of messing around with. Deus Ex Machina. That's an entirely different thing. Okay, so let's go ahead and burn through those. They can follow me along there if they want. And yes, I am doing the right turn thing. Hi-ho, hi-ho. It's bowling we go. Bowling for beetles. Can we get it past that corner? Yes. Post-apocalyptic Victorian era? We can make it super complicated. Did that not? Oh, wow, that didn't hit it. And what did I... Oh, it's just a large axe. That's nothing. It's garbage. Garbage, I say. I might need to actually do some grinding on this character to get him up to 25, just like in between streams. Just so I don't have to worry about this like slow leveling. Got all them. And honestly, the layout of this one is a bit frustrating. Thank you for the donation, Goya, and hopefully we do get some streamer luck. We unfortunately have to get our streamer luck naturally. Because Blizzard probably doesn't give me the switch for streaming. Although, one weird thing happened is I was approached Wednesday by a network wanting me to stream Diablo 2 stuff for them. I was like, what? Like, no. Thank you, though. I've had the MCN adventure before. I don't need it again. I appreciate the sentiment, but no. I'm not sure whether giving up 30% of everything would be worth it. Tomb runs. Might do tomb runs. Might do, actually, Tristram runs up to 20. And then start streaming on our way to tombs. Because I don't think we're going to get it to Duriel today. Because it is already, like, approaching the end times. Can you please go around the corner, damn it? It's approaching the end times. That sounds way more dire than it was intended, but still. Hey, Peter, how's it going? We still have, like, maybe 30, 45 minutes left. Depends on how far in we get. Was contemplating... Oh, wow. Wow. So it is just right back up here at the very beginning. It's going to be in that room. It's not even going to be anywhere else in here. That's sad. Felt like Grim Dawn felt like a higher tech colonial era USA. All the pilgrim hats and blunderbuss action and primitive explosives. See, I like the primitive explosives. I have not gotten to try the new shield class. I say new. It's not that new. They've already gotten like most of the way through making their game after Grim Dawn. So, okay, so we're on level 3. You know what? I think I will call it after Maggot Lair, so we can do some leveling up off screen. We can get all kind of squared away and get like just really nice into our next stream. Farm some Travancore now. Good luck. May you get a Vex. I'm gonna give you the juju for a Vex rune. I'm actually planning a second playthrough of Grim Dawn. I just keep kind of putting it off. Because Diablo 2 has been eating up most of my attention. Here's a question. Do I get 6 in Firestorm so I have 666? Good night, Unicycle. I will probably be disappearing soon myself. I think after we get Big Fat Worm here done, we'll call it this evening. I'll get some leveling done off screen, and then the next stream we'll be doing a lot better. Get a Vex, but don't be vexed by Vex. Yeah. But can you be vexed by Vax? I guarantee you like 90% of you people have no idea what I'm talking about. But the 10% of you, I'll see you next Thursday. If you guys know what I'm talking about. Yes on the 666? Okay. I will try to remember to get that. Although, if we don't level up on stream, we probably won't be able to see it. This is another good use of Boulder, by the way. Whee! Can you... There you go. And we need to wait for you to stop spitting. And now we fissure everything. Yeah, Vex is one of my most used runes. So, let's go ahead and grab that. And we have got the staff. And I think I will go ahead and call it there. It's going to be a little bit of an early night. Feeling a little bit groggy, but I need to upload tomorrow's video. I've actually already edited it and everything, so it's good. It just needs to be uploaded. But I will see you guys next time. Rah! 3.5 hours. We did good. May you all get all the runes and items you are looking for.